Yeah, nigga. Just found this motherfucking Newport right here. You know? Get that motherfucking man right, my nigga. What's going on right now? You know, I'm trying to tell y'all niggas how I feel. Let them know, nigga. Yo. The future looking dark in my ride. I never part, keep rolling. Looking at the stars, a piece of my heart was taken when my aunt passed away. I can't last this way. Every day I got something to say. Every day I got something to spray. Avoiding buses, serving customers on a regular basis. I'm a hustler catching cases. Thugging on the set with gangsters. Treat our street like our home, so we posted with bangers. Packing heaters like Newport boxes. Draw first and cock it. Trying to find a way to make me a profit. Pockets empty. I never seen Santa in my Timmy. I'm grimy in the streets, but hate when busters try to gram me. You offend me, so I must teach you a lesson. Fuck your protection, get you at your least suspicion. Disrespect, then why I gotta hit you with section. Chin checking motherfuckers every time I'm injecting words up in your mind to help me get through. The world is cold outside when niggas trying to kill you. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucking left. Last motherfucking left. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucking left. Last motherfucking left. Yeah. Getting high to myself, smoking blunts in the dome. On the phone, holding the conference. My niggas speaking nonsense. Past due, had to get up and grab a bag too. Snatch this bitch up, she coming through. Be watching the movie, I'm laid back with the Timbos and my Devucci. Leather cast out, this hoe is ass out. Hit the new route, she cute when she pout. I got more game than the Eli Klaus. What you about? Ain't nobody speaking. Hesitating on the draw, guarantee you leaking. Playboy, you ain't raw, so my niggas creeping. And we ain't playing no games, no shorts, no names, no losses, no change. Get brains, switch lanes, crossfit with the chain, so equipped with the things. I pop, it's your dame, it's nothing. It's repercussion for touching my niggas. I'm busting and pulling triggers while y'all ducking the killers. We the realest niggas represent the deeds in the death. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucker. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. Last motherfucker left. Yeah. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. Last motherfucker left. Yeah. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. It's the last motherfucker left. Yeah. I take a hit of the weed and then I take a deep breath. I smoke my Newport to the butt like it's the last motherfucker left. It's the last motherfucker left. Yeah. No doubt.
Welcome to the Red Pill Show, man. I was letting everybody get in here. Hopefully the tunes were okay, was satisfactory. You know, we're gonna do something new that we've never done before. We're going to continue a conversation somewhat from a previous stream with T.C.T.V. We live on T.C.T.V 2.0, Red Pill Network, and on Conscious Thought Creations. Got my boy KG in the house.
What up? What up? What up? What up? How you doing?
Hey man, it's about to go down. We about to get back into that. We had a good conversation going on TC stream, and he had to leave. We had to abruptly stop it, but we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna go back. I'm gonna circle back for all the people who missed the discussion before. We were talking. We started it out talking about a Michigan Congresswoman named Cynthia Johnson. Okay, Cynthia Johnson is going viral this week because she said some controversial things. She had a message for Trump supporters. Okay, you know, let's take a look at it. We're gonna circle back. We're gonna circle the wagons, bring it back to that, and then we'll get into the discussion, and then we'll take the bill wherever it needs to go. I must. Oh yeah. By the way, let me put the shout out to Justin Shields. Hold on, Justin. I'm gonna put the link in. Anybody was on the previous board, they want to tap in. Boom, there go the link. Okay. So here we go. Let's take a look. This is Cynthia Johnson.
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. We ain't playing with you. Enough of the shenanigans. Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it. Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay. So this is just a warning to you Trumpers.
Okay, so that was the first video. The first video from Cynthia Johnson, from Mrs. Johnson. Okay, so that's not all. She did this again. She came out with another video, even more animated, even more controversial. Okay, and let's take a look at that.
Okay, I'm about to go on live. I'm on live now. No, this is the interview is going to be in 4 minutes. But I wanted to share something with the soldiers. All you soldiers soldiers against racism, soldiers against misogyny, soldiers against domestic violence and domestic terrorism. Soldiers, rise! It's time for you to rise. Soldiers! Soldiers for Christ.
No, she didn't say Christ.
Soldiers against racism. Soldiers against misogyny. Soldiers for Black and brown people who are being mistreated.
You know the race car is coming. You knew it was coming.
Rise, soldiers.
Don't miss our new show, baby.
She looked at, yeah, something is wrong with her. She looked possessed. Now, the reason I showed those clips, because we had a discussion going on T.C.T.V 2.0 earlier, and we started out with that, and we were just talking about politics. We got into politics and Trump supporters and who Trump works for. We about to get back into that, but I just got to bring it back to the roots, which was C.A. Johnson, Congresswoman from a state Congresswoman from Michigan. She has been in the news a lot lately. Not only did she attack witnesses at a election hearing,
Attack people?
well, verbally attacked. Verbally attacked. I wish I had the clip of that. I'll show you where she tried to take people's name down, like, hey, spell your name, spell your middle name. Like, send out the vibes that, like, look, we want to know who you are and put you out there so we can come, harass you, right? That's what she was doing. She went from that. She caught some criticism from Trump supporters and people on the right. So she came back with the videos we just showed, threatening them and letting them know that the war is on. We tired of your shenanigans. So this is like, good Lord. So she trying to get it popping. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we started. And then we got off into Trump and this and that, right? And we got into Biden. Now, like I said before, let me reiterate. Now we on the red pill show. I control the levels now. So, people, make sure you tread lightly. We on my show now. Now I got some control. I'm a control freak, by the way.
You ain't worried about much now.
No, I ain't worried about much now. Watch what you say in my chat room. But let's bring it back. We got into what two factions are involved in this civil dispute. I don't want to say civil war because it hasn't reached that level yet. It's more of a civil cold war. Okay, you got people on the left, okay, some knowingly and some unknowingly that are backing a certain side, and you got people on the right, who are backing a certain side. Okay,
right.
We got into who's behind certain individuals. Shout out to Justin. He brought up a point, that he thought that Trump was working for the same people Biden was working for. Okay. Now, and when I say Biden, I don't mean Biden himself, but the entity, that the Democrats and the Republicans work for the same people. The parties pretty much do. But see, Trump is more of a populist than he is a Republican. Okay.
Right. He's more of the will of the popular vote of the people kind of thing, no?
Right, correct. And he, the Republican establishment is at odds with him too. He's just using them as an apparatus to do what work needs to be done. You could clearly see the way Republicans react to certain situations is a little bit different, a little bit less emotional and less violent than how the Democrats deal with stuff. As you can see from C.A. Johnson, they all about intimidation, threats. Anytime you got beef with Democrats and people on the left, there's going to be protests, and it's going to be what they call peaceful protests, quote unquote, and peaceful discussion, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
and the reason being, what we got into on the last bill was what I was trying to explain is that you have a side of the ledger that is supported and stands for what we call Satanism. Okay. You have a side that represents Satanism, atheism, everything that
Isms.
isms.
All
That's
isms. Sexism, misogynism.
right. That's away from God. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have one side that is based in Christianity and right wing thinking, which is and not necessarily all Christianity is just faith, family, um, things of that nature, right? Faith, family, individual rights and liberties versus group, Satanism, atheism, everything that's opposite of the other sides of the universe. You might say, man, Red, how do you know this? Because I read the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
And we're in some interesting times. We're in Revelations right now. So everything we're going through what's called a great awakening. People are waking up their spirituality and they're starting to figure out what's going on beyond the surface, things that we haven't paid attention to because we've been too wrapped up into sports and entertainment and all different types of things. Now we're starting to say, "Oh man, hold on, something's going on here. What vaccine? Right? What? Shaggy? What?" Now we starting to realize, hey, it's some shit going on and we need to pay attention for. The hell with Cardi B's new album. What the hell is Bill Gates talking about? So that's what we going to now. And that's what we was kind of getting to on that bill. Okay. Now, if you want to, some people, I happen to do a lot of research. I've been into this a long time, but even now I'm on a level that I wasn't on 2 years ago or a year ago or 5 years ago. Now I'm like really into what's going on. Okay. And if you're into what's going on and you're doing the proper research, you know what side the certain players of this game is on. You know who's behind them and what's going on. Now, doesn't mean somebody can't double cross you, KG. Does
Mm-hmm.
we don't know. Shit can go multiple ways. Somebody you think is good could turn bad or be bad, or we don't know. We can only judge everything on what's going on in front of us now. That's why it's so hard to predict this stuff. There's so much deception in the air, right? So that's basically where we're at. So, um, what do you think, KG? Is there anything you want to add to
Well,
discuss?
as far as the deception point, I mean, you're right on point because right now there's a lot of that, and I think it's the perfect time through this COVID where everybody can kind of take a step back from the usual hustle and bustle of life. You're on the go right now. A lot of that's slowed down. Gives you a unique opportunity to kind of look into things a little more, start to make everything in life make sense, even though it's a time of craziness where nothing seems to make
Mm-hmm.
sense. It's a good time to sit down and start to try and make things make sense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like the more you do research, we've been researching for months, right? And now
Right.
you notice all the things that we've been researching. Well, we're starting to see it daily. Like every day, we're getting new revelations of stuff happening, but it's kind of not new because we already did a lot of the back research. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important to keep doing that research right now because I feel like well, we were talking with TC earlier about that this 21st event that we're gonna call it, this event that is supposed to take place. I think it's really gonna be something different, and it's really gonna be something where people are gonna have to be prepared for it. A lot of
Mm,
people, unfortunately, right now are not going to be prepared for it. I think those are the ones that are going to be affected by it.
right. I mean, it goes back to, you said a key word. You said revelation.
Mm-hmm.
What's the last book? What are the last books of the Bible? Revelation. We're in Revelation right now. And all revelation means is to reveal. So a lot of things that you guys grew up not knowing and thinking was just normal routine, you're finding out that, hey, it's not what you thought. Like the elections. There's people out there that really believe it's two schools of thought or three schools of thought. The
Mm.
first school of thought, you got people that really believe they vote and voting matters, and when they vote, they elect their officials and these people in office because we chose them. And then you got a rule of thought of people who like, oh, vote no matter. I'm not gonna vote. They're gonna pick who they want anyway. Okay, which may be kind of true, right? We're finding that out. And then
Mm-hmm.
you got the third train of thought, which is presidents aren't elected, they're selected. You know what I mean? They're not elected, they're selected, right? So there's three trains of thoughts out there. Okay. I'm not gonna participate because it don't matter anyway. I always fell on the I'm gonna vote because voting does matter. Because as you see, I'm gonna give you a perfect example why voting matters. If you look at the last election, Trump got so many votes that the opposition had to kind of get a little creative at 4 o'clock in the morning, if you know what I mean,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You see
to
certain spikes.
spike it up or to catch it up. Now imagine if 10 million of those people said, I ain't gonna vote. They might not have had to go that hard. And they might have been able to pull off whatever they were trying to pull off. But by so many people going out there voting on election day, it ran the score up so much that you can clearly see, unless you foolish and you really believe that you can get 300,000 votes all for one party in the middle of the night at 3, 4 in the morning when nobody's up. I mean, unless you really believe that, and some people want to believe that because that's what they want. They want a certain side to win. Okay. But however, if people believe that voting didn't matter and they didn't vote, they say, oh, I'm just gonna stay home. It might have been a lot harder for this court case to, go before the Supreme Court. Now, I bring it up because the case is in front of the Supreme Court. Okay.
Right.
It is in, and there's 19 states that are participating in this. Okay. 19 states, including Pennsylvania, Alabama, Texas started it. Okay. Um, and I'm hearing things. Ted Cruz might argue the case. The president wants Ted Cruz to lead his argument. Now, the mainstream media are not going to talk about this. They're not going to tell you. They're going to spin it. They're going to say, different things. What we do here on Red Pill Network is we show receipts. We come with receipts. So I'm gonna show you. Let me show you. I think there's been updates. Legal civil war. See what they say? Legal civil war. We were just talking about civil war.
Mm-hmm.
17 states joined Texas in a lawsuit in the Supreme Court against Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin. So it's 17 states as of this article. However, I just received word that Pennsylvania itself is joining a lawsuit, which is kind of weird. You're
It
joining a
says it says
lawsuit,
Pennsylvania.
right?
Wait.
Right. You're suing yourself. But what it means is that the Republican controlled legislature is suing the state of Pennsylvania. So the governor,
Oh, okay.
attorney general, the secretary of state, whoever's in charge of elections, the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania, who's caused all this.
Mm.
So we have a legal civil war going on right now, and hey, it is what it is. So there's going to be more revelation. So the reason I say this is because we're in the middle of revelations. We're learning things that maybe we felt a certain way about. Now we're learning new information about the things we know. Guess what? People who really believe that the election system was on the up and up, not only in the United States, but this is a worldwide issue. They're finding out there may be some problems there, or they're at least it's at least making them aware to pay attention, like what's going on. Hey,
Yeah, but
what's
they
going
finding
on?
out the hard way.
The media told me the election's over. Okay. So we about to learn some things in the next couple weeks, which is going to lead to other things. We're going to find out just how violent people can get when they find things out
Well,
there.
another thing too. Earlier, I was talking with TC, and he brought up the fact people are going to start really getting a lot more violent once they start feeling this crunch, this economic crunch. Things
Mm,
are getting locked down again. They're not getting the stimulus
right.
now. How long has it been since you guys got the last stimulus? So people are
It's
going to
been a while.
start. They're gonna get a little antsy. You got Christmas coming up. People, you ain't getting Christmas in a lot of households this year. So it's gonna be. I feel like that's always the thing that the Democrats use as fuel to their fire. You know what I mean?
Keep you
Just like
broke.
earlier in the year when they're doing the protests and stuff, the protests really only got violent when once people were starting to hurt for money. They were
Right.
strapped for cash, and then they got the little stimulus and things like that. Okay, people cooled down again for a little while, and it's one thing you got to watch. That's how you can judge the state of the people.
Right. I mean, it's some tough times right now. It's definitely tough
Mhm.
financially. Christmas is coming up. It's hard to tell your kids, hey, I can't do what I normally do for Christmas because, we just don't have it. But it's a reality for a lot of people. I mean, everybody's taking a beating this year in this
Mhm.
country. And then, not to mention the mortgage payments and rent payments, all that stuff is behind. And, hey, what are we going to do? Right? What are we going to do? How are we going to pay these mortgages and rents that because we're taking a pay cut and they're not giving any stimulus? They're keeping stuff locked down. People can't go to work. What are we going to do? Right? So, I mean, it's a lot going on. Now, let's get into President Trump. Okay. So, there's two
Mhm.
schools of thought on this. We were talking about this on TC show. Some people believe that Trump, okay, he works for the same uh, dark satanic organization that the Democrats and whoever else the bad guys work for. Okay.
Okay.
Everybody works for this one organization. There's no opposition to this one organization. But what I was saying, the other rule of train of thought is that there's other organizations that have maybe not as much influence, but oh, here go Justin.
Man,
What up, Justin? Welcome
what's up?
to the panel. We were just getting
How
into
you doing, man?
you
Doing
good,
good.
Justin?
Yep, I'm good.
Oh, okay, yeah, I was just making a point. Um, the other side, there's other organizations that are similar organizations, secret type societies, organizations that's been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years that oppose these factions. Maybe they've been
Okay.
in a peace treaty, but now they're at odds again.
So
Okay,
they're not really with some of the stuff that they're doing, or all of it, or whatever. There's
correct.
not all of them are allies. Is basically what you're saying.
All this other group is not satanic. They worship maybe the living God. So you have like Christians, you have other religions,
Hey, mom, you should mix that
Jew,
orange juice up with some
Orthodox Jewish
Perrier.
people who they believe in, somebody put Yahweh in there. Some people call him
Yeah.
Yahweh, some people call him Jehovah, whatever, whatever. They believe in the living God. And then you have the
Mm-hmm.
people who believe in Satan, who believe in Baal, Lucifer, Moloch. Have y'all noticed that Black Lives Matter is BLM, Baal, Lucifer, Moloch? I'm just saying. Um,
Yeah.
it's funny how that
Hold on.
lines
Is
up,
that?
right? Justin?
You heard that? Is that you?
I think
Is that
that's
yours?
Justin.
Might have to mute that for a little bit, just.
Yeah, you got a little.
I
You
said
got some back.
5 hours hour be from just 12 to 5.
Is that him still talking? Oh, I'll mute him for a second. But yeah, so you have um organizations that back, it's good and evil, good and evil, good and evil.
Mhm.
God, devil. God is good without an O, and the devil is evil with a D at it, right? Good and evil. Good versus evil is what we're dealing with here. Okay. Now, people on the evil side might think good is evil. Okay. People on the evil side might think evil is good. Okay. From their perspective. So you got to
From
look
the
at it
yeah,
from your perspective.
exactly.
So people who believe in satanic type
Principles.
beliefs, Donald Trump is enemy number one. Okay. By the same token, people who, and let's go back to 2016, people who believe in Christianity, church, family, nuclear family, you know, waving the flag high, they believe that HRC was like, the most evil thing in the world, right? So we're at this point of polarization where you got good versus evil and locked in a battle. Now you'll be like, hey man, how do you know? Take a step back, take a deep breath, look at everything that's transpiring, okay? And then go read your Bible, go read your Quran, go read your Torah, go read your religious text. And it explains everything that's going on. You just have to decipher it.
Mm.
So when you decipher it, you could tell what's going on. Now let's go back to Trump. People say a lot of evangelicals believe that Trump is reincarnation or a reimagining of King Cyrus.
From the
Okay,
Bible
from the Bible, King Cyrus. Okay, the
or
king
the
of
Torah. It's
Persia.
actually the Torah.
Mhm. Yeah, well, king of Persia. Now his role was to deliver God's people back to Israel. So when you see Trump come in, I know we was talking about that earlier. We just didn't get deep into it. We can get deep into it now. Somebody brought up. I think it was Stephen G. I hope he come back in there.
Hmm.
Stephen, if you come back in there, get on the panel. He brought up the fact uh, that he asked about Israel. What do you feel about Trump and what he's doing with Israel? But if you read the religious texts, they talk about Israel in depth. In that, you know, um, the temple's the third temple supposed to be built, and et cetera, et cetera. A lot of the word KG, I believe, has been twisted though.
Hmm.
I believe over time, the entities that ran the country, they kind
They
of
had to.
they had to twist the story a little bit because some of it doesn't make sense to me,
That
right?
where do they operate the best in chaos? So they confuse the
Mm,
text, so you don't know what's up from down, what's right from wrong.
right,
That's the basis of how they work.
right. Which I mean, what you can know is good and evil. When you're on the right side of righteousness, um, you don't do things that don't feel morally. You got to have a moral compass. You got to have a discernment, right? You don't do things that's wrong. Killing is wrong. Don't do it, right? And then you got a whole side of you got a whole lot
But
of
then
people.
not to play devil's advocate, but
Mhm.
there's the people that believe that Trump does and says things that are detrimental to black and brown people around the country. So
Mhm.
how do you remedy that? Because like as much as I do know a lot of the good things that Trump has done and stuff like that, I can't say that he has not said things and done things that as a black man you might feel a little put off by. What do you say for people like that look at those actions as well? How can he be a morally right man if he's talking about grabbing by the pussy, or if he how can he be a
Well,
morally right man if he's saying, oh, there was good and bad, good people on both sides talking about white supremacists, right? So, what do you say to those kind of people that have
well,
that notion?
first of all, he's not a morally right man. He's an imperfect man. The only man who was perfect was Jesus Christ. Everybody has sin. See, the difference is when you believe in God, right? And righteousness, um, basically you believe that, you know, you can repent from your sins. You believe Jesus died for your sin, right? If you're Christian, right? Other
Mhm.
religions may believe something else. I can only talk about what I believe, right? Now, nobody's perfect. We all live in sin. See, the problem is when you're on the satanic side, you don't believe in sin, you don't care, you revel in it. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you don't accept God or Jesus, you know, or Jesus Christ as your savior. Now, as far as Trump, and when we go back to the King Cyrus thing, King Cyrus is so much like Trump. Similar guy. Kids by different wives, braggadocious, narcissistic, etc. Right? Um, I mean, God uses imperfect beings as tools to
Mm.
get his work done. That's how it
Yep.
works, right?
He is the
So,
most unlikely of soldiers.
right. The only people who would be only person that could be without sin and be morally like just 100% would be Jesus Christ. And he's, you know what I'm saying? Like that's it. Everybody else is gonna have some type of sin.
He died for the sins that we commit.
Exactly. So Trump is not good. People hold Trump to a Jesus like that. He's not. He's just a guy. He's the tool that God is using to do whatever he wants him to do, right? Which is to play out. Oh, here goes Stephen. Okay, bet.
That's it.
Hello, Stephen.
Everybody else is going to have
To
He
play
died,
out
but he died
biblical
for the
prophecy.
sins that we
That's
commit.
it. That's it. He's not a perfect man, and that's if you read up on King Cyrus. I'm sure Stephen know about this because he's a Christian too. If you read up on King Cyrus, you know that he was very similar to Trump, braggadocious, and he went in, delivered God's people back to Jerusalem. Okay,
Mm.
Stephen, do you know anything about that? He might be getting stuff together, but yeah, that's true. Um,
Mhm.
Shout out to Torque Auditor. Nowhere in the Quran does it say Jesus is Savior. Commitment number one. That should have no other gods besides me. Jesus is Satan. Okay. So people in Jesus is Satan. They say that in the Quran. Nowhere in the Quran does it say Jesus. No, in Christianity, he's a
I don't
Satan.
want to get into that
No
one.
way.
Jesus is Satan. Good
I
Lord.
don't want to really get into that one for yeah. There
Okay,
might be
now
some people that
well,
love Islam in here.
we talking
Well,
about the
no way,
Quran.
man. No way.
Jesus
I
is
don't want to
Satan.
bring.
What the heck?
Dream. Remember, oh man, I'm gonna have to do it. Remember where Islam comes from, right?
Yeah, we you know
So
we
it would make sense. It would make sense for that to call Jesus Satan.
and that's part of the battle. I mean, the Crusades were Muslims that were slaughtering Christians, and
It went both ways. Yep.
there were Christian armies that was defending them, and that battle goes back a long way. And
Well,
part of
slavery comes from Islam.
yeah, true.
If we
And
but there's a
Muhammad,
that's a yeah,
Muhammad
that's a whole different thing.
Muhammad was a white man that owned slaves, so we can
Yeah.
go back and forth toward now. If you want to do that, I mean,
Yeah, but yeah.
you want to have that type of debate, you know what I mean? So, but I disagree. Okay, Satan is Satan.
Well,
Jesus ain't
Satan
Satan.
is if he wants to look up about Satan in Islam, ask about who Iblis is. Iblis. You can
Hmm.
research that who that is, and then you can see about that, and you'll have to answer your questions about Satan.
Right. As far as I know, they call Satan a lie. That's what I heard. But
All I said is all you have to do
we
is
don't go
look up the history of Iblis, the
there.
fallen angel Iblis. Okay,
Yeah,
we
Satan
don't
is a
have to make
fallen.
claims for anybody. Let them do their own research and come to their own conclusions. We love all religions except for satanics.
What's up, Justin? Go ahead. You got the floor. You got the floor, Justin. You got something?
What's up, man?
Justin took that mute off quick when he
Nah,
heard
man.
that.
I just wonder what's gonna happen in the next.
And win. Go
Nah,
ahead.
man. I'm just wondering what's gonna happen in the next couple of days, man. That's
Oh, with
In
the
the
what I
next
just
December
one?
wonder.
21st stuff?
Well, he said the next couple
Yeah,
days.
man, with the election and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we just showed that. Let me pull that back up. Hold on, let me share my screen again. You know, we do receipts on my show. We come receipts. I show what's going on. So 17 states joined Texas in a lawsuit that's going to the Supreme Court, Justin, against Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, Wisconsin. Okay. I just got word that Pennsylvania joined, so it's 18 states now because
Pennsylvania's joining to sue themselves.
they've joined the suit themselves, the Pennsylvania legislature. Okay, so this is what's going on right now. I predicted if you go back and watch anybody who's a Red Pill Network follower in here, you already know. If you follow my channel, I predicted back on the 4th that it's going to Supreme Court and that Trump's going to win and all hell's going to break loose. So this is my opinion. Allegedly, it's going to Supreme Court. It'll be either overturned or sent to the Congress, one of the two. Okay, because the Supreme Court can rule that they can do something like this, Justin. They can say mail-in ballots are unconstitutional. Period. It's not in the Constitution. Bam. Remove all mail-in ballots. Boom. Trump win. Or they can say we rule that mail-in ballots are unconstitutional. We're going to refer this to Congress for them to decide the president. Okay, which is in the Constitution. The state legislatures pick the president. Period. Okay, so if they refer it, then guess
Oh wow.
the state.
You
Oh, go ahead.
hey, you see that
Go ahead, Justin.
no, I'm saying you see that did you see that Illuminati card game, man, where they had like Trump in a casket and like a woman being president?
That's Kamala Harris.
Well, no, he's talking about the cartoon. I think it's a cartoon with the Simpsons.
No, he's talking about the Simpsons. That wasn't true.
Yeah.
See, you also got to understand the deep state makes a lot of stuff to put it out there that ain't true.
Predictive programming.
Yeah, predictive programming. The Simpsons never had Trump in a casket on the episodes. Now they did show aliens being revealed. That was true. It did.
No, they did have an episode with Trump in a casket.
No, they didn't. It was fake. It was debunked. Okay.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, so they just
somebody drew.
I was
that
talking
up.
about the Illuminati card game.
He talking about a card game.
Oh, but they never had Trump in the card game.
He wasn't a Trump in the he was in the card game. I mean, or somebody with his image, but I don't remember any him in a casket. Now that could be something. See, people make these things up. They can design this. You know, the people we talking about here are satanic. They can design shit like that and put it out there to kind of. They want to get you in fear and in negative mind state. Okay, so let's go back to that. Let's go back to that again. Okay, you got the left, you got the right, Justin. The problem with society, especially in America, is we forgot what these things mean. Okay, so I'll tell you who the states are in a minute, Torque. I'll tell you who they are in a minute. But the left, okay, so we start with the right. Okay, so the right stands for righteousness and the right side of the brain, the right hemisphere of the brain, right? The left stands for the left hemisphere of the brain, and opposite of right. So what's opposite of righteousness, Justin? Wrong. The opposite of righteousness is wrong, evil. Being wrong, right? Doing wrong, right? Living wrong. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with what they call duality, right? The yin and the yang. So you got good, you got evil. You got heaven. Where's heaven? In the sky, right? Where's hell? Down below, right? Up, down, left, right. Okay? Good, evil. Black, white, right? Duality. So that's what we're dealing with here. Okay? Now, when we go back to what was the question again? We got off track. We were talking about as far as the Illuminati game. So you're dealing with Satan. Satan's job is to it's deception, the great deception, right? Their job is to deceive you. They want to put that in your mind so it becomes reality. You see what I'm saying? Pure wicked. Yeah, shout out to Muddy Waters. Pure wickedness. So they'll put that image, even though that cartoon about the Simpsons wasn't out there, they'll throw it out there So people will think, oh man, the Simpsons said he's gonna die, right? This is what they do. They'll draw that shit up. The person who do the Simpsons will draw it up and just stick it out on the internet, and it has to be fact checked. Okay. By the time it's fact checked, it's already in everybody's head. It's in everybody's head. Everybody think that was on the Simpsons, but there's no episode with that out there. You see what I'm saying, Justin? There's no episode. You can't find
Yeah.
the cartoon with that in there. You see what I'm saying? Now the
Hmm.
card, it could be the same thing, or it could be true. I've looked through those cards, and I didn't see one where Trump was in a casket. That sounds like something they want to happen, not what really happened. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But we'll see. A lot of the prophets, a lot of the Christian prophets, uh, people that call themselves prophets, right? They say that Trump's going to have a second term. He's going to nominate 5 Supreme Court justices. He's already nominated 3, so he got 2 more to go. And I can see 2 more coming, right? And he's going to it's going to turn the court into a conservative Christian-based court. Versus we've been a liberal court for years. They took it over. And that's how they were able to make Roe versus Wade, all these stuff. Now think about this. You want proof this world is wicked, right? All you got to do is ask yourself. The people on the left fight for abortion. Do you know what abortion is?
And what they use those abortion fetuses for?
Mm-hmm. And who gets the most abortions? They put them in the Black and Latino community, mostly the Black community. They used to call abortion the Negro Project. Margaret Sanger founded Planned Parenthood. Okay, Margaret Sanger. She was, first of all, a heavy racist, a eugenics person.
Oh, she was more than a heavy racist. She's the lady, and her teachings are what inspired Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
They inspired Hitler to do what Hitler did. So if you think Hitler is a bad man, evil man, she inspired Hitler. Her works are what inspired Hitler. He wrote Mein Kampf because of her works. That's how evil this woman is.
She also inspired HRC, Hillary Rodham. Okay, that was her mentor. Okay, but this is the person who founded Planned Parenthood. Okay, now they put Planned Parenthood in all the Black communities. If you want an abortion, you can walk in like you're going to buy a McDonald's burger and get an abortion in the Black community. So you're dealing with eugenics. Now, guess who was the first major CEO of Planned Parenthood? It'd be somebody named Bill Gates Sr. Okay, who's his son? Billy Gates Jr. Okay, now why is that a big deal? Why?
I thought that his family changed names. Sorry, I thought that their family, the Gates family, didn't they change names? They had like a German name.
Yeah, they did. This is before they changed their name.
Before,
yeah. They're actually.
This is before they changed their name. This is why people don't know that they're connected to the Planned Parenthood.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, their name's Gates, but his name was something different. But he's Gates now. Yeah, but they're related to the Rockefellers. Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Their name changed. Yeah, changed later on to
all
Gates,
of them changed their name. A lot of these families they changed their names.
Yeah, a lot of the 13
Zuckerberg too. You know.
Right. Justin said something about the Illuminati. See, if you want proof that Trump is fighting the Illuminati, he's been at odds with who? Bill Gates. He's been at odds with who? Hillary Clinton. He's been at odds and
Rothschilds.
Hillary Clinton. Yeah, if you knew what family she was related to. Okay, he's been at odds with Podesta, another one, Rockefeller. He's been at odds with a lot of people, and a lot of these people are related to the people that you were asked that Justin was asking about earlier. Okay, so crazy, right? So he's been at odds with these people in different arenas, right? And he's been these people have been his main opposition during his presidency, basically. Right? So, you got any questions, Stephen?
I just think I do think it's interesting that that a lot of the things that it is prophetic and some of the things that Trump is doing in terms of of his dealings with Israel. I mean, with Morocco recognizing Israel, and I think he had the UAE and that had started recognizing Israel a couple months ago. But
Bahrain.
that, right, yeah, and then those are is it the Abraham Accord is what they're calling it, that they're supposed to, Israel is supposed to make covenants with the surrounding countries around them, and the fact that he did that today with Morocco, and things are moving so fast, and we have very little time in terms of what they're trying to work towards. So
Mm-hmm.
it's with Biden being in coming in, and how they love to start
Allegedly.
war. Yeah, well, yeah, allegedly, and they love to start war and whatnot. I really think they're just trying to do the best to put the kibosh on on fulfilling that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the
Yep.
thing is with that, is I'm still kind of confused, because I'm not really on board with the fact that if Israel's actually is the Israel that is stated in the Bible, though, because
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't match. There's a lot of inconsistencies there in
Well,
regards to, as I
there's
see
also
it.
there is consistencies where if you
I
look,
thought it was
remember,
to my understanding, I thought it seems like it's in Ethiopia.
yes, you're right. The real Jerusalem, the real Ethiopia is supposed to be in Ethiopia.
But hold on, KG. That land there was Ethiopia. That's part of Africa. That's where it gets mixed up, because that whole peninsula there, that's part of Africa. They separated, saying this, called it something else. The Middle East is part of Asia. No, that is Africa. That continental plate there, that is still Africa. It's just that through history, they've separated it from Africa. And we use in Africa. Africa was called Ethiopia. Like
Right, it was called
Africa's name.
Ethiopia, but still, though, the landmarks and the things that resemble um, uh, the things that are in the Bible, they are in
Mhm.
the actual area that is actually the country that we call Ethiopia.
Mhm.
The Ark of the Covenant is supposed to be in Ethiopia as
Mm.
well.
Yep,
And
it
guess
was
what?
stolen out of there too.
Guess what? Now you're getting into my language. The
If you look at my display picture, that's one of the pictures from a temple down in Ethiopia.
Now we got to really get into it. Now we talking. Now we about to start talking about the Ethiopian Jews, the original black Jews, Ethiopian Jews, and the Ethiopian Christians. I mean, that's who started Christianity and Judaism, right?
Judaism, they were the first. Yeah, they were the first in
Mhm.
every. Yep.
So, and people in America, we don't know this, but we don't know who we are, but we're the lost tribe of Judaism. We the Israelites. So allegedly, I'm gonna just say that because people will debate that. I'm not trying to debate, but that is what is the belief, right? So we talking about now. When we come back to Trump, I could show you a video, Stephen. There's a group of Israelites, right, from Africa and Europe, that they did an interview talking about President Trump and how it's prophesied that he's going to deliver them back to, I think it was Mount Zion. It's one of those mountains,
Yes, Mount
right?
Zion. But
They
that's
were talking about.
see, this is the thing though. The people that are in Israel right now, we have to
Mhm.
understand those are not the true Jews. Those are the true Hebrew, the true Israelites. So when the Bible says those in the last days that claim to be of the Jews, but they are not, they are of the synagogue of Satan. That's
Mhm.
the part of the Bible where you got to look to say, oh, okay, so those who claim they are Jews now, those are really the ones who are working for Satan. So
Correct.
that's where it's part of, like, you have to know the word really well to be able to pick those parts out.
Right. And see, you look at this article here, Stephen. What you don't know about Donald Trump and the King Cyrus prophecy? Okay. So with Trump, what they say is that he's King Cyrus reincarnated. Okay. And that's what a lot of evangelicals talk about. So basically, let me see, major issues of special importance to evangelical Christians. Okay. So basically, if you read up on King Cyrus, I mean, you think you were talking to Trump. The guy's narcissistic, I'm the biggest king, I'm the best king, I'm the greatest king. We do things big. That's how he talked. And you're talking hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years ago. This is how he talked, right? And this is who God used to bring his people back to Israel. Okay. So they're basically, what you said an important
But
thing.
King Cyrus though wasn't he was Babylonian though, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Persian. He was
Yeah,
a Persian king.
he's king of
Right.
Persia.
But
King of
But
Persia.
Babylonia is
he
supposed to represent all that is evil, I thought. But
as there were certain times. Now they as well had their own dynasties. Now King
Right.
Cyrus was of their dynasty that instead of most of the other Persian kingdoms, they enslaved the people. He was the one that he said, "No, I'm going to free you guys back to your thing. I'm going to free your lands back for you." So that's why King Cyrus was different. Even the history of America. What has America been doing to other countries for the past couple hundred years or whatever? Enslaving under the guise of democracy and freedom, but really it's not. They've
right.
been messing up other countries.
Yep.
Trump is now, he's like, no, this is the first time in the last 100 years that the world's been at peace.
We haven't had any war.
Technically at peace. There's
Yep.
no major international wars. He's right now, while COVID's going on, he got the Middle East to sign a peace treaty where you have Palestine and Israel, all the countries that have been pretty much embroiled in a war where it's never ending because of their ideologies. He got them all to sign a peace treaty right now during this time. That's the reason why he's been nominated for Nobel Peace Prize, but nobody talks about these things. That's why the parallels of King Cyrus come into play, because he's doing things even though in a way he's at the helm of the Roman Republic, but he's choosing to do the right thing, and it's something different. Something different.
But there's two different things that are playing out with that, and I understand in terms of that prophecy and whatnot playing out. But there's also something that also goes along with it, is that the people that are in Israel right now, those people that are in Israel right now, they have so much power right now in our world right now that they are able to get whatever they want done at any cost. They have control over a lot of things in our country and in our world. So my thing is that these, and for some reason, I could be wrong, I don't know, but it seems like there's like a contempt and hatred towards Black people with these particular people, that they weren't even going to give citizenship to the Ethiopian Jews at all. They didn't even want to do that.
Well, listen, this is why.
I don't think they even did that started doing that until the 80s.
Their whole purpose is to replace us. Why do you think they do what's called restoration in ancient Egypt, where they take different hieroglyphs and different paintings and photographs, and they lighten the picture? This is an actual practice. It's called restoration.
If you look at my display, I don't know if you could make it bigger, but my display picture is the original depiction of Jesus and his disciples, and this is from Ethiopia. These ancient.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm going to bring that up.
I think you have that picture as well on your.
Yeah, I got it. I think I'm the one. I put it in the chat. But this is what I'm trying to show you, is that this peninsula here was Ethiopia. See, Africa stopped at these mountains here. Where is it at? There's some mountains here.
The Caucasus.
Yeah, the Caucasus. See, the Caucasus Mountains. The Caucasus Mountains separated the continents. So what they did was they said, hey, no, Africa ends at the Red Sea.
Yeah.
This is part of Asia.
And that map's inverted too, isn't it not?
Yeah.
It's actually supposed to be opposite.
Right.
Yeah.
Backwards. You can remember that.
Where you actually see where that could be, that is a part of Africa, when you see it better when it's like when you flip it upside down. I mean, you would flip it in terms of where it actually supposed to look like.
Yep.
Right. Then you see that there actually is no disconnect from Europe to Africa. Europe technically is still part of Africa.
Well, Europe isn't even in a continent.
Right. So this goes into the same deception that they do. It's a peninsula, exactly.
Yeah, it's not even a continent.
Yeah.
And that's where, and like especially this part where Israel supposedly is, right? That country, that was part of Ethiopia. It's all Ethiopia. See, when you see Ethiopia right here, this is what they named Ethiopia when they divided it up. But you also got to look in the Bible. It tells you God divided these nations up. You right? Remember, he scattered everybody.
And then he scattered his
divided the
people.
stuff.
It was called the Kingdom of Kush. That whole Sudan, that northern Horn of Africa area, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, that area there. Those were a lot of the scattered tribes of Israel as well. So there's a lot
Yep.
of things in the history you have to look. If you go into the Bible, you know Queen Sheba. If you know he was one of Solomon's mistresses, his wives. She's from the
Mhm.
land of Ethiopia,
Yeah,
where
Sheba,
modern day
the Queen
Ethiopia.
of Sheba.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why they call them Habesha people.
Hmm.
That's literally blood descendants of
Yep.
Queen Sheba's bloodline.
Yep.
So that's how you can, if you
The
do these kind of
Solomon,
research.
that's the Solomon bloodline. Is the who is it? It was a monarchy that was in Ethiopia for a long time. Who? What are they?
Yeah,
Is the
Haile
Selassie?
Selassie,
Yeah.
Haile Selassie, yeah. And when he died, when the Italians invaded, well, just after that, actually, the Italians invaded because they were coming to try and steal the Ark of the Covenant, because Ark of the Covenant has been hidden in Ethiopia for thousands and thousands of years, and
Now
yeah,
now we about to really get into it. Now we talking Jesus Christ. We talking the Black Madonna, whatever you want to call it. We talking Yeshua, whatever you want to call
Yeshua
it.
ben Yosef.
Now when you're talking about the real Christ, this is a church in Russia. They got the original portraits in Russia. So the white people, the Russians, know who Jesus Christ was. They
Yes,
know what he looked like.
the
Okay.
real Jesus Christ.
The real Jesus Christ, not that shit you seeing over here in
Yeah.
these churches.
There's several churches that got that Black Madonna too. Not
Exactly.
just,
That's the real. That's the
throughout
real
Europe.
Mostly the Orthodox churches, because it's the real Christianity.
Orthodox. See, just like with Judaism, Orthodox Jews versus the Zionists, right? So it's a clear divide, even in the churches. The churches are corrupt in a lot of places. However, I just brought this up just to show you this is in another nation. This is in Russia.
Yeah.
Okay, Orthodox Christianity. You see the picture there. You see baby Jesus there with the Christ consciousness. That's what that stands for. That's what that thing on their head, that ring thing around their head. That's the Christ. It represents the Christ consciousness. Okay, and that's
The
the
halo,
mother,
the halo.
the halo. Yeah. So you see that now. I bring that up just to show. So this is one of the things. I just got to go on a little tangent. I get a lot of people tell me, "Oh, I don't want to worship a white man's religion." No, dummy. They took your religion for you and repackaged it. We wrote these books. Okay? We got to know our history. This is our religion. Christianity is our religion. Judaism is our religion. Okay?
That's true. Nope. And you also gotta consider the time frame too. You're talking about 2,000 years ago.
Right.
White people, the people that we call white haven't even been on the planet for that long. So back in
Exactly.
those times, there were still people even in Europe that were still black looking people.
Oh
They
yeah,
were considered
almost
black.
almost all of Europe was people like that. You
Yeah,
know
and
how
that's proof. Even like white, like top white universities have actually confirmed that as well. That they
Mhm.
did the DNA testing and genetic testing, that the original people that were in Europe were black
Mhm.
looking people. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Everywhere on this
Every
planet.
country here.
Yep.
Now, question is, I was watching Young Pharaoh. I don't know if y'all watch Young Pharaoh, but Young Pharaoh asked this
I
question.
used to. Yeah, I
Where
used
did these
to.
people come from? Where did they come from though? Like you said, when they was on this planet, where did it come from?
Yeah. That's a good point. That's the thing. That's where the mystery comes in. Why there's a bunch of questions as to their origin. And if you look up anything in terms of history, they're able to find so many things and figure so many things out from what happened in ancient times. But
But
for
they can't
some
figure out
reason,
that.
around when white people started coming into the picture, they don't have any information as to why they came, where they came from. But they just know that they came from the West somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could tell you. I don't know if yeah, because everything's kind of flipped around. But I could tell you the Caucasus Mountains. So what's under the mountains? Underground. Okay, think about this. We came from above the ground, so this is just my theory, by the way.
Sun beings.
We can take the sun, right? We melanated. We can tolerate the sun. If you from below ground, you wouldn't have that same protection or that same makeup as far as
Sun
your
gonna
power.
burn you up.
right? So, there is, it's possible that certain people can live underground. I've heard this whole. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I'm a hollow earther. So I believe there's like whole societies under
I
there.
believe that too. Yeah,
That's to
I
me,
believe in that too. Hollow
right?
Earth. Yeah,
I
absolutely.
think we're gonna find out December
And I'd
21st.
love to
I
find
think
out
we
about
about
the
to
North.
find out.
I'd love to find out about more about the North Pole too, as to why we can't see it. It's always cloudy up there. There's always a cloud above it. It's just there's a lot of we can't go over there. No planes can fly over it. Definitely, I
And
think there's definitely something there with the Hollow Earth.
Do you know about the last time that they like an independent person went over there? Was
No.
right before they made NASA. So there's an admiral, a U.S. admiral. He was I guess he was in the Air Force. Admiral Byrd, and then this. Oh, he said North Pole.
No, he went to he said North Pole, but yeah, the South Pole,
Okay.
same thing.
Same thing, yeah.
Similar
Amelia Earhart, them people.
similar type of situation. Now they teach
But
you.
when
No,
you're
wait,
talking
they
about
go to the north.
magnetism,
They go to the North Pole.
They go to both of them. They go to both of them. Yeah.
No, the South Pole they don't go to.
Are you
The
talking?
South Pole.
Are you talking about
The South Pole you're not allowed to go to.
The
The
South
North
Pole's
Pole you
actually
can
the true
go.
north? You think actually
Yeah.
since everything's inverted, the South Pole's actually the true north?
Yeah, but the one that's commonly referred to as the North Pole, that one you can go to it. You can go to it.
I don't believe that, KG.
You can. I live up in Canada, man. People come here all the time to go up through it. You
actually
we
go
can't
to
even see it from Google Earth.
You can go. They take you to a spot that is marked off, saying that it's the North Pole.
Right? Do they?
I'll say that. I'll say that.
I've heard that
They take you to a spot that is marked off that does say the North Pole and da 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 da.
Right, because I heard that's where the Nordic beings are. Right, the North Pole.
Yeah,
and that's why Norwegian, the North Sea, Nordic, Norwegian, right? All that that's what I heard. So,
Remember that's just up here in Canada too.
Yeah, I only heard too many people. And how many people live up there? Not many. It's too cold up there. Shit, nobody live up there. It's too cold.
Who actually has what domicile is that actually under? Is that under Denmark? Because Denmark is
part of it is under Canada, part of it is under
Denmark, Greenland. Yeah,
Greenland, and Greenland is actually Greenland's independent.
Guess what?
No, Greenland is Denmark.
President
Trump.
They're
Dutch.
Yeah, that's Dutch.
President Trump says he wants to buy Greenland.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, see, chess. He plays chess. Chess. Okay.
Well, that's also why you guys got a piece of Alaska too.
Shout out to Deb. Deb says Biden will not be president. He will be headed to Gitmo. True.
If you look at a map, anything from the Antarctica, though, they everything that's named on. If you look at the it's really interesting. If you look at the names, a lot of the names are named after British royalty, like Queen Elizabeth, Queen Victoria, things like that. And then there's some weird, peculiar names that are on there that are kind of like that deal with some satanic types. There's some weird shit that's named down there. I forget the name of it, but if you look at a map in Antarctica and you look closer, the names that they've actually named things down there they're interesting.
I'm going to show you something. So you won't. If anybody wants proof, somebody asked me, "How do you know the left is satanic?" I'm about to show you. Showing is better. So I deal with receipts. You want to know if the left and the Democrats are satanic, right? All you got to do is look at their pictures. Look at their pictures. What do you think that is? Does that look like somebody on church on Sunday? I'm just asking.
Oh my God.
I'm just asking. All you got to do is look at the what's that on their head? Okay? So, let's keep it real. Let's stop playing games. Let's stop playing games. Okay?
The fuck?
No. These are the people. These are the people out here marching. Okay? He's not lying. These are the people out here marching. Okay?
So those are original people that came to Europe.
These people, they don't look sane in the head.
Man, I'm sorry, man, but
Damn
Antifa and BLM.
Sorry?
Antifa and BLM
These are
making minorities look bad, bro. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
man. They making us look
Antifa,
bad
and
out
this
here,
is the
bro.
thing. This is the thing.
Antifa isn't black.
Antifa is not black, and then
these are
BLM
black.
is not really black either because this is the thing. They
No.
trick. BLM is just an truthfully, it's an anti-black, pro LGBT organization.
Now
That's
the
all
Yes.
they are.
now the thing with
Their
pro
main goal is
LGBT,
to
I
try
don't
and
see
further
where
the
that is
LGBT
though.
movement.
I don't
Huh?
see where that part with the pro LGBT
Oh,
comes from. They said that it was started by a couple of black lesbians, but I don't see where the pro LGBT come from.
Well,
I
it
think that
becomes from
I
their
think their true purpose of the
no, but that
BLM,
becomes from their
the true
mandate. Their
purpose of the
mandate.
BLM is the true purpose of the BLM though is actually it's an actual corporation. It's to funnel money through and receive donations from and to funnel that back into the Democratic Party. But
yeah.
you know,
Right. I believe that. But I'm talking about what that's on their mission statement on their website. They want to
oh, I haven't
destroy the
seen that.
nuclear black family,
You
right?
got
So obviously, people
Yeah, I
that
haven't
are
seen
going to
that.
be, yeah, I think
I have
they
to look
changed
that
it
up.
recently, but look
Yeah.
that up. You can see it. It's on their like mission statement. They talk about how they want to destroy the nuclear family. They're all in support of non-traditional family groups and non-traditional everything to do with that. They yeah. So it goes hand in hand with the LGBT, I guess, agenda as well.
Right.
So they're
Yeah.
always tightly aligned.
You segue me in. Look at this. This is an Antifa BML Antifa member. The transsexual Antifa was previously arrested at a riot in July, but had all charges dropped because you know why? Because they got Democrat judges, the same ones that's tossing out them Trump lawsuits. But I digress. He was quickly she what is it? He was quickly released yesterday. So reason I bring this up, when you understand, we were talking about Satan, right, and God, right? When you understand that Baphomet is half woman, half man, you understand why they look up to that type of
Right.
transition.
Yeah. That's a
Okay.
good. Yeah, because you know what? Before before Trump got in office, I never even heard of the trans thing is new for me. I don't really understand it, and but it
Ah,
seemed like that they started really propping that up and trying to really put. And there's not very many even people out there that are actually trans for them to make
No,
such a
oh no,
to be put. No,
well,
there's
this
not. There's not. If you go
it's a
walking
lot
around
more.
in this throughout this, if you I go walking through down
well, this is the thing.
Philly, I
This is
don't
the
see
thing.
that like that.
This is the thing. How it started though, biologically, there's a very small, less than 1%, less than half of 1% of the actual population that is born with what they call hermaphroditism, which is like biological
Intersexed.
trans. Yeah, you're intersex. There's a
Yeah.
very small,
But that's
but the
different than
whole,
what they're talking about, I think.
but what they did, or is they used that group and the plight of that group to now justify the others that they were born one way, but they want to be another way. They're changing it. So you know what I mean? They piggybacked off of that group's kind of plight and their need for
Right.
acceptance to try and usher in their plan. So it all goes in. Yeah, that's a whole another story when it goes into you break down the layers of what they do. But I totally agree with you with that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what they do. It's part of their religion, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
It's more serious than that.
They're anti God, anti everything traditional.
Everything opposite of what God intended. That's all Satanism is, bro. Look at this. Look at this person. Does this look like a sane individual? Does this guy scream Donald Trump voter? I don't think so. I don't think so, bro. So,
But they'll say she's beautiful.
but listen. No,
She's
God.
She's living
hold
her
on, they
truth.
literally will. But let me bring it back. Hold on, let me order in the court. God damn it, red pill show. All right, let me bring it back. Let me explain something. These people, it's a lot more than you think, Steven. If you don't pay attention, like me personally, when I first woke up to all this crazy shit, I noticed that it was a lot more prevalent than I thought. It's a lot more rampant than you think.
No, you think it. You think they want you to think that, but it's not the case.
No. I'm talking about what I've seen.
I'm talking about in terms of numbers, in terms of what they
No,
put
not
out there,
numbers.
and
I'm saying whatever number you think it is more. Trust me. Not saying it's everybody, but no matter what number you think it is more. You know what I'm saying, KG? No matter whatever number you think it is, double it. That's all I'm saying. It's a lot more rampant. then you
I
quit.
do agree. I do agree with like
I
BLM,
just
like
don't
the
see that them
purpose, like
people. I just don't see them walk. I don't see them in everyday life. Is what I'm
Some of
Yeah,
saying.
them,
because but that's
And
why because
I
they do everything in they do it in secret. We're
I'm
seeing
talking
them
about
come out now
I'm
with these
talking about these
protests.
transsexuals. I don't see them in everyday life. I don't
let's
see them
go.
Oh,
at. I've never.
what
I don't see.
what state do you live in? What state do you live in?
I'm in Philadelphia,
Okay. I'm
and I
in
don't.
Toronto, right, Canada.
I don't see
And
the
I'll
amount
tell
of.
you,
Yeah.
I'll tell you straight. I live in Toronto, Canada, and they're out here.
All
They're
right.
I'm not saying
out
that they
here.
don't
Hell,
exist, but what I'm
San
saying is I don't think
Francisco.
that they're that there's a they're the amount that they make it seem.
How much do you travel, bro? You live in one little city. How much do you travel?
Philadelphia is not really a little city, but
Well, I mean, compared to New
no,
York.
One city.
I travel quite a bit. I go back and forth to New York, throughout the East Coast, DC.
Okay, you ever been to San Francisco? You ever been to California?
I've never been to no, I've never been to San Fran.
It is rampant in California, bro.
Rampant.
That's because that's where they go. That's their capital.
That's the big
But it's
state.
just rampant in a lot of places. A lot
Just
more than
like
you would think.
black people go to Atlanta,
You
so
ever
they
been to
think it's
Florida?
cool.
Atlanta.
Yeah,
Atlanta. Yep.
I've been to
Big.
Florida.
Fort Lauderdale.
Miami's rampant.
Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, it's rampant. Like it's rampant.
Miami Beach, the whole Miami Beach.
It's,
I guess
because
maybe I'm not seeing. Maybe I'm not looking for that. Maybe I'm not
it's not
seeing
Well,
it.
and
something.
no,
Maybe that's why I'm not
that's a
seeing
good
it.
thing too. Like you
I'm
could
not
find yourself
seeing that.
lucky you
Maybe
haven't got
that's
run
why.
into it.
Well, no, I'm
Hey,
saying I mean they blend it. I don't know. I don't really see these
okay.
people like
I
out and
got
about like that. But the
Greg.
ones that I do, like the ones like for instance, there's some Instagram celebrities that that are trans and basically
Yeah,
what
that's a big thing in the black community, in the rap community. Sorry, that's a
Yeah,
big thing in the hip hop
they keep
community.
running. Why do you think they keep running into
Atlanta,
it?
you were just mentioning about the cities. You mentioned Atlanta. Atlanta is the gay black capital of America.
right.
KG. Meek just complained about that. Meek was
Yeah,
like, he ran into a girl. From what I hear, he ran into a girl and thought it was a girl. Ran into something, thought it was a girl. It was a guy.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fucked
he's
up.
like Atlanta sex scene is dark. That's what he said.
Hmm.
Okay, so trust me, it's a
They
lot
out
more
here.
prevalent. I'm gonna show you why. Let me show you why. Let me red pill you real quick. That's what we do here on the Red Pill Network, T.C.T.V 2.0. This is what we do here.
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
already got the red pill, but what I'm saying in terms of the LGBT, first off, I think the T is not as prevalent as they make it seem. I'm talking about the T,
Oh,
that
you're right.
letter.
You're right. You're
I'm
right. You're
talking
right.
about
It's
that
not as
letter, the
prevalent as they
T.
make it seem, but they are out here.
no.
I'm
But
talking about that
it's
letter.
different. That's why they got different letters. It's the same community, but it's just different flavors of it.
But they don't even want to be associated with the T's though. Like that Dave Chappelle
That's not true. That's
Chappelle
not true.
stand up.
No. Hold
They
on,
don't even.
hold on. Let me educate you real quick. Let me tell you what I know. That's the highest level. When you a T, that's the highest level to them. You know why? Because their God believes in that mission. That's the reason why when Bruce Jenner changed over to Caitlyn Jenner, he instantly won Woman of the Year. Instantly. Like 2 months later.
Oh, damn, yo. Debo died.
This is fact. Okay. So the reason being, because on that side, that is the ultimate sacrifice. I'll give you another example. Dwayne Wade.
What Debo die of? Sorry.
Who?
Sorry, I just the actor from the movie Friday, Debo.
Yeah.
What did he
Yeah,
die of?
he died. Let's say
He
law
was old.
enforcement say
He
he'd
was old.
unconscious. He was found unconscious, transported to the hospital, and he was pronounced dead.
Man, not my boy Debo, but look,
Yeah,
anyway,
Debo, man, another sacrifice probably.
I was in
Damn.
the middle of a bill.
Sorry about that, bro.
Yeah, interrupting. This ain't entertainment tonight. Anyway, listen. Uh, that is the highest level of achievement you can obtain. That's the reason why Dwayne Wade's son, he's about to switch his son at 12 years old. You say, damn, that sounds crazy. I don't know if you guys know about the Obamacare kid. Do you know about the Obamacare kid, Steven? You know who that is?
Hey, my sound's messing up, so I give me a second. I'm sorry. So
Hey, Justin, you know who the Obamacare kid is?
No, who is that?
That was the
Look on the
kid that
screen
you
right
see
there.
on the screen. And then guess who that is with his hands on them, sniffing them as usual, right? Okay, that's the
Joe
kid.
Biden. Wow.
That's the
Now
kid.
when they signed the Obamacare bill, they promoted it as, oh, it's gonna give our kids a future. They can get health care, all that stuff. Now I'll let Red
Let
Pill
me,
finish explaining
let me get
how
the
that kid is
bill.
looking today.
Let me give you the bill. This was the kid that was at the signing ceremony for that law. Okay. So they put it off like, oh, we're getting health care for everybody, affordable health care. That wasn't the reason they wanted that shit. They passed that law because it also allowed certain procedures and opportunities to certain communities to do certain things. Okay. And let me show you why. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you something. Okay. So when you look, that was the Obamacare kid at the signing, right? Little boy,
Now, who's the
little
Obamacare
afro and
kid?
everything.
Right.
That's what they called him, the
The one
Okay,
Obamacare
the
kid.
I
one
got
on
you.
the picture on the screen right now.
All right, I'm caught. All right.
They call him the Obamacare kid. Okay.
All right, I'm following you.
Now that was him at the signing ceremony. Now hold on, let me
Don't
make
tell
sure. They
me.
might be hiding
Oh,
information on here on the net, man. Good Lord, these motherfuckers, man. Stop hiding the info.
don't tell me what's about to pop up.
Oh, you about to see. You about to see. See, this is what we do here on the Red Pill
Oh,
Network. We open your eyes to the things that are going on. Now,
Right.
this is the Obamacare
that
kid
better not be
today.
Stacey Abrams.
This is the Obamacare
The
kid.
fuck?
This,
What?
Wait, hold on.
this
Bruh.
is the
Let me zoom
Obamacare
in.
kid.
Shit.
Okay,
Fuck.
when he came back to visit at
Oh,
18.
fuck.
So when Obama
Okay,
was leaving office, this is
Damn.
what the kid looked like now.
I can't.
okay. So now
Man.
you see the agenda. See the agenda of Obamacare. The agenda of Obamacare wasn't to
To help make
uh
taxpayers pay for that surgery.
exactly, and that's why a
Is
lot
that
of
a kid now, or is that an adult?
Maybe the kid's like 16, 18, something.
18, that was 18 when he came back. So the whole purpose of Obamacare was to fit,
That looks Photoshop.
oh no,
No,
it's not
no,
Photoshop.
there was other pictures at that same event when they came back.
They did articles on this, bro. They did articles on this, my nigga. See, this is what we do here on the Red Pill. See, this is the kind of knowledge that me and this guy, KG, my partner, my Robin, this is what we do. We know this stuff, right? So we just bring it to you. This is what the Obamacare law did. This is what Obama did with his agenda. He didn't do nothing for the African American community or the black community, whatever you
No,
feel
he
you
didn't.
call it. He did stuff for his community. His community. His community is the Democrat LGBTQ community. Now you understand who you voting for in that community. You voting for this.
Well, he
This is
tricked
what
us
you
though.
asked for. Huh?
He did trick us though. He didn't think that because when he
He
came on,
didn't
that
trick
wasn't
us.
part of his platform. He
He
never.
didn't trick us.
Obama,
No, he
he
did. He said he
deceived us,
didn't say.
man.
He said he
He
wasn't for
deceived a
gay
lot of
marriage. He
people,
said he
man.
was for like
He
civil
didn't trick.
unions, but he wasn't for it.
Come on, man. He didn't
They
deceive
switched
you.
that.
No, but this is the thing. He didn't deceive you because he
He
told you
told
what
you.
he was doing the whole time. He told us that he didn't give a fuck about us the entire time. Is the problem is we believe so hard that we like, oh no, he's a black man. He gonna
No,
care about us. We're
I'm
like, up
talking about
until
his
he was coming
push
out of
for the
office, people were
LGBT.
still
Yeah.
like, you know what? Okay, he'll do something for us right before he gets out of office. So it
Now,
was more so us keeping our belief in him that he was gonna do something for us rather than him lying to us. He didn't really lie because he even said, I'm not just the president of everybody, I'm the president for everybody.
hold on. It's somebody else that told y'all what she was gonna do for y'all, Justin. You don't know who she is?
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
Kabamala.
So I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
I ain't gonna sit here and tell you I'm gonna do something for black folks. No. Okay, they tell you what they gonna do. We just don't listen. That's the problem.
Wait, Kamala said that? Wait, I missed that part. Kamala said that?
You need to sit again? Hold
So
on.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
Can you hear that? Okay. So
that was her answer when asked about giving reparations to blacks
or doing stuff for black folks. Okay, having a black agenda. She don't want no black agenda. Talk to me after the election. That's what they told Ice Cube. You know what Trump did? Come sit down with me. Give me your ideas. You know what they did? Talk to me out the election. They still ain't talked to him. Okay. This is
Yo,
what.
that media went in on. They went on in on Cube too. I didn't think that was
Oh
right.
yeah,
That was
yeah,
fucked up.
yeah.
Just
Because
yeah. There's no. Who says that we can only talk to one side though? That's fucked up.
The
they
one
do.
the one side that doesn't
Oh
want
no,
you
man.
thinking for yourself.
One side that
They get mad. They get mad when a black man comes up and says, "You know what? Let me just think for myself. Think about what's the best." Oh, you're not black. If you can't decide if you're for me or the other guy, you're not black. How are you
Oh,
gonna
hold
say
on,
that,
hold
man?
on.
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump and you ain't black, look at my record, man. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run.
Look at my record, man. Come on, man.
That's I don't know at the end.
Come on, man. Look at my record. NAACP endorse me every time I run. Okay, this is who these people voted for. So we can't be mad at them. We gotta be mad at ourselves because we don't do research. We listen what the media tells us to hate Trump. We never ask why they tell us to hate Trump. They tell you to hate Trump because Trump is against them. So we hate him and we vote in people that tell
Now
you.
that's not all of us though. Now
I'm
that's
not
not. I
talking
would
about.
say that's not all of
He's
us.
talking about the
There's a
mass
lot of.
public. He's talking about the mass public.
I'd say more black men so than black women, but there is a lot of black men that are were more support of Trump this time than ever before. So
Yeah, yeah.
I really think Trump got 30% of the black vote minimum, but they're not going to tell you that because they're going to
that's
dilute.
what I heard too. I heard that say
I heard
that same number too.
They diluted it with the mail-in ballots. If they add 1 million mail-in,
dude, that shit pissed me off that they put in the media that they blamed that he was getting in office on us, that we came out in overwhelming numbers. Black people came out in overwhelming numbers to get him in the office, and that bullshit is not true because I don't know not any black person that was caping for Biden like that. I don't know anybody. I don't understand that. So you mean to tell me that there's more people that came out for Biden than they did for Obama? That makes no sense.
It makes no sense.
Maybe not more people.
While under COVID, while under COVID conditions where in different states it's going to be a lot harder to vote than other years. It's probably the hardest to vote. So it's really strange how all of a sudden he gets record numbers.
Well, you know what? When the media went over and they said that they want to thank the black community for getting him in there, that we came out in crazy massive numbers to come out there and vote for him and get him in. They were putting hostility and adding hostility towards our way by people who are anti-Biden, so they can direct their frustration at the black
community.
That's why there was an agenda with them doing that. They
they've had an agenda like that for years.
That was a lie because I don't fucking know anyone that was pro Biden like that.
I'll show you. Hold on. I'll tell you. See, this is now we getting
not
into
the amount they say.
Now you want to know why? Because it's all agenda. Melinda Gates, black people, indigenous people should get coronavirus vaccine first. She didn't say it'll be nice if you get it first. She didn't say I would like for them to get it first or in a perfect world. She said you should. Okay? You wonder why? Anybody got an answer? You know why?
No.
Because the agenda for the left is to get rid of you and replace you with other voting blocks. I'll put it that way. I'm trying to be politically correct here. They want to replace you with other voting blocks that they.
Oh, you showing them the plan? Okay.
I'm just showing the plan. This is the reason why they want everybody mad at y'all. So when they get rid of y'all, nobody will care.
Yes.
See, the Democrat Party, what they do is put their arm around, oh, this is my buddy, but then they get behind you and stab you in the back. So that's their is to get you out of here. Because they know a lot of people, they know that they're going to keep losing the black vote to the other side. So they got to figure out, damn, we got to replace them because once they find out
that's true. Yeah.
we've been doing, they're gonna be fodder for the other side. They're gonna keep us out of power. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
they
So
know that
that's why they won't.
they know that like more black people are waking up, and they realize that the Democrats haven't done shit for them.
Oh
So
yeah,
more people
they
are
know that
waking
their
up, and the
party's done.
information is out there now. So that you're right that they have to find another voter block to replace us, and the next one that they have to come up are the ones that are not as I should say as not as up to. Not they're not
Well, you can be honest.
knowledgeable
The
with
voter block that they're
politics.
bringing in is
Yeah.
the people south of the border.
They're not.
Right.
Well, those people aren't as knowledgeable in terms of politics and whatnot. They don't keep it up.
They don't
in
want them to
regards
be.
that.
They don't want them to be. They want them to, especially
Exactly.
their voter block is going to be new immigrants and illegal immigrants.
And guess what? This is what happened. They didn't. Trump cut off the illegal immigration. He cut it way down, and he cut off the immigration. And what happened was they the people the Latinos who are American citizens, they voted for Trump. They voted like almost 40% for Trump. So and they couldn't get the people from the new immigrants in. See, that's what all this DACA stuff and all that is about. It's about getting citizenship for the people who are already here illegally, so they can be voters for them. It's all about power, bro. And it goes back to left, right, Satan, right? Not Satan. I'll just say not Satan. Okay, Satan, not Satan. Their whole agenda is deception. They've been lying to us for years. Okay. Ask yourself this. You live in Philadelphia, right, Stephen? When has the black community in Philadelphia improved in the last 50 years? And you've had Democrat governor, mayor, city council, police for the last 50 years. Is Philadelphia any better?
hasn't increased, but I mean, I already know that's the case. So I know
Right,
that's
right.
the case. I mean, I'm not a Democrat.
I know you're
I'm
not. I know
for
you're
a two-party system at all. Actually,
play devil's advocate.
I don't know.
I'm a Democrat. I voted Democrat.
I'm not
I
even
admit it.
really for Republicans, to be honest with you.
Stephen, you smart. Okay, let me talk to Justin for a second. Justin, where you live? What city?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh shit, you right down the road. I'm in Michigan. I'm from Detroit. Justin.
I can't hear Justin for some reason. Is he muted?
No, he's not muted.
All right.
Speak up, Justin, if you can. Justin, you live in Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Cleveland has been ran by Democrat mayors, city council, and police chiefs for 30, 40 years, as long as Detroit has. Has the city improved?
No, not really.
It improved downtown, but not in the community, right?
Yeah.
More people on drugs, more abandoned houses, more poverty, right? More police killings, more black on black murders, right? This is what they do to your community, and you keep voting for them. But they'll pass laws that will help people transition to what they want them to transition to. So when see the whole thing about finding out about the liberal left, you got to understand what a liberal is, right? You got to understand what the left is and what they represent. Okay. Steven knows this, and I know he is. When he came to me, he was like, man, I'm a critic. I know he already know what's up. So, but once you understand what the two sides represent, then you will understand, man, I shouldn't vote for these people. So first thing you got to know, and this is lesson number one, if you understand what Democrat means, you wouldn't want to vote for them. Just break it down. Democrat. What does that mean? Demo, short for demon. Okay. In Latin, is demon or devil. Demon crat. So you want to vote for a demon party? That's basically what it is. Demon rule. That's what it stands for. Okay. So when you know that, then everything else falls in place. Everything else falls in place. Okay. Then you just look at their voters. If you look at their voter, you look at the hard left. You know, when they say these people to the far left people means they closer to their God. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That means you far left. You're not in the center. You're not moving towards the middle. Most people in this country is to the middle. That's why you ever heard the saying, America's a center right country? They to the center of that line. Okay. right? Most people are that way. But the far left is people, they call them radicals, right? Those are people far left. That means they're living pretty much no morals or judgment, period. Like they just doing whatever.
Pure
Okay.
anarchy.
Pretty much just wild, like no morals. They don't believe in laws. They don't believe in they believe in they don't believe in sexual
Anarchists.
discipline, right? They believe in violence. They don't believe in consequences. When you
They
understand
believe in
that,
no
then you kind
borders. Yeah.
of even that's lawlessness. No borders, that's lawlessness. If you got a house, would you take your door off and just leave no door on in Cleveland? Hell no. You're gonna have a door up with the bars and everything,
Yo,
right?
let me ask you something. Like, you ever heard of Jesse Lee
Right.
Peterson?
Yeah, who?
Jeffrey who?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
I heard that name, yeah.
Yeah, I heard of him.
I just
What
want to know
about him?
what your thoughts on him were.
What's KG? What do you think? Or
I
what
don't
is
know,
he?
man.
He's the guy. He's the guy that like he does a lot. He comes off as a coon, but he's like
He kind of a cone.
he's playing a character. That's a real thing. But his
Mhm.
character is to be like that black man that defends white supremacy in a way.
Okay.
So what he does, he takes like some of the Candace Owens kind of approach, but he's more extreme with it. Now,
Oh,
I used to at first, I thought I'm like watch some of his videos, and I'm like, he just seems ignorant as fuck. Like he's telling me like he's the type that he'll be like, oh, you just got to pull up your bootstraps. You know what I mean? Racism isn't real. But I started to watch more and more of his things, and I started to
well,
look up his actual story. His perspective comes from the fact of his experience of racism growing up the way he did is not the same as people say you're from the North, where you didn't really experience much of how real racism was in the South with segregation, but you get to experience a lot of what the media tells you racism is, right? So you grow up with that liberal mindset and all that stuff.
mhm.
So we can't understand his kind of mindset. He's very conservative. He grew up in a farming town kind of place or whatever. So he looked at segregation differently. His interactions with white people were much different than, say, someone from New York, right?
I got to
So
be
that's
careful.
where he gets a lot of his kind of in his stuff from. And then because he got YouTube famous, I think he kind of trolls a lot, but he actually does care about the black community. So
Right.
I'm kind of
Well,
like on the fence about him. I think
I'm
he's
gonna put it this way. If he was explaining it the right way, he would say that race is a construct. Race was created to divide because the devil believes in divide and conquer. He doesn't believe, first of all, he doesn't believe in truth, right? He believes in divide and conquer. How do you divide people? You divide them by race, right? Because regardless of where somebody comes from, right? 'Cause for most people are good people, right? Most people are. Even people who are deceived and are serving the left and don't know it, they good people. They just caught in a bad system, or they don't know what they're doing, right? They're being deceived, right? But
ignorance is bliss.
ignorance is bliss. That's an old saying. It's a biblical saying. But um, I say it this way: race is a construct used to divide. See, when you're a true conservative, you believe in judging people by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin, right? And there's people on the right who on the right for the wrong reason. They just as bad as the left people. You see what I'm saying? Because they don't know why they're not over there because it's the right thing to do. Most people are on the right, from my experiences, just meeting people. Most people are like most people are just ignorant to other people because they're not used to being around them. We're guilty of that. They're guilty of that. Different races.
Yeah,
If you're not used to being
KKK and
around,
people are just as evil as each other.
right? And people are just as good as each other. We just don't know each other. But
Mm-hmm.
I just say that race is a construct because it was literally created in 1795. What we know as race right now was created in 1795. So that means race. Then that's why you see those pictures of the Jesus pictures I showed you in Moscow before 1795. Nobody thought nothing of it,
Mm-hmm.
but somebody
They knew the truth back then.
Yeah, somebody came with the plan. Hey, we need to flip it around. We need to dominate. We need to put these people under us. Who would do that but the devil? Think about it. Okay, I'll give you another example. I was watching this video. This gentleman said the reason why there was so much uh murder and destruction and all that in the slavery days because a lot of the slave owners were Satanists. So of
Yep.
course they believe in hurting people and killing people, and to do some of that stuff you had to be. Think about it. Somebody who's a true person of God is not gonna slaughter uh little children. I don't care if they are slaves, right? Treat them less than human. That's something
Mhm.
that somebody who's on the bad side would do. So when you put it all in perspective, when you put this world is easy to figure out. It's easier to navigate when you figure out who's who. We've gotten away from spirituality, because I don't even like saying religion, because religion was corrupted and given to it was repackaged by the bad people, right?
Mhm.
I say spirituality because we got away from our relationship with God, and we looking at all these other things. We're looking at space and aliens and all kind of retarded stuff, but all this deception. But when it all breaks down to good and evil, that's what everything breaks down to: good and evil. If you look at everything through that lens, it'll start making more sense to you, and it'll be easier to navigate. Okay, period. Just look at the actions of these people. Look at the actions of what they doing. Okay, and that's what I gotta say. What do you think, KG?
Nah, you summed it up real well with their actions. It's like when you look into, like, my point of all this stuff, I always go back to the history. You brought up a great point about race only being pretty much around for the last couple hundred years. Well, you said it
Mhm.
was in the 1700s around then. Well, when did America get found? 1776, right?
Yep.
So now knowing that at the time, then race was a newly constructed thing. So you got to look at how they founded America was not on the same racial values that we look at now. So
Yep.
it's all about looking at the devil's in the details, right? So if you pay attention, if you pay attention and do the certain things, you look at what was going on. Please get that off the screen.
But
You pay attention and you do the right research, you'll see the all the little points in history where they started to whitewash things, like when Napoleon's era was around that same time. Napoleon, when he went into
Debo from
Africa and he
Friday just
seen
died at 62.
who
oh, you talking
who
about
died.
Debo from Friday just died at
oh
62.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, we had just mentioned that one. Yeah.
Talk about that. But
But
look at
yeah, as I was saying, when Napoleon and them they went into Africa and they found the pyramids, and they seen they had these big noses like black people. They had to shoot them off because they had to start changing history now, because
right.
they found out what the real history was. They had to start changing it to leave themselves in.
Check this out though. Okay, they actually have a red army and Antifa, red army, Antifa BLM, Sodom and Gomorrah. They calling themselves Sodom and Gomorrah. We red and ready. See, now if you go back to the Bible, Stephen, you can answer this, Stephen.
Yep.
What was Sodom and Gomorrah, Stephen?
Sodom and Gomorrah was the center of Babylon.
Mm-hmm.
They were cities.
Yeah, and they were destroyed for being evil.
Evil. And why
Yeah,
were they considered evil?
because there were no
They're
morals.
worshiping.
There were no morals. You had devil worship, idol worship,
Okay.
sexual immorality.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay. So
and I think what
we
was
got
that that story in the Bible where they were forgets they were trying to seek shelter. Someone was trying to seek shelter. I think it was in Sodom and
Mm-hmm.
Gomorrah, and the townspeople wanted to have sex with the man that they were trying to protect. Isn't that Sodom and Gomorrah? I might be getting confused.
Very, very, very similar.
close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Basically, it was a town that they had left lawless. They had become lawless. They had stopped um, giving up the tenets of the Lord. They were praying to false idols. There's men and women engaging in like gay behavior, sodomy. That's where you get the word sodomy from.
Hmm.
All
Right.
that stuff, right? So yeah, and God had to flip flip the town on its edge to show that these people, that after that is when you had Moses and the Ten Commandments and all that stuff, and
He
people had to
actually
become believers again.
he actually sent fire in and burnt it up.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people say California is
Mm-hmm.
going through something similar. California's been on fire for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. Okay. And they've been doing a lot of crazy things, like passing a lot of laws. They passed a law that was pretty much allow people to be pedophiles as long as it's within 10 years of the victim. Okay. This is stuff that's actually going on in 2020 that we're not paying attention for. And we got half the country, or less, a little bit less than half, in my opinion, they're going around vote for these clowns, and they're doing stuff like that. And they're making groups calling themselves Red and Ready, and Tifa, Sodom and Gomorrah. We red and ready. What y'all ready for? You see what I'm saying? What are they ready for? What they about to do? That's the question you need to ask. What they about to do? What are they ready for, KG?
You know what's interesting though is that with Babylon and Sodom and Gomorrah is that the location. They're not even sure of the location of it, but there's
They do know the location of it. The actual location. This is the funny
the
part.
actual location.
The actual
If they've
location of
actually
the real
confirmed
life
the actual
Sodom and
location.
Gomorrah is near Iraq.
That's what they say.
Right? Because Iraq is Babylon. Iraq, Syria area is Babylon.
See, look at these soldiers. These are the people out there tearing stuff up. Steven.
I think that's where the white people originated from, was in Sodom and Gomorrah, and then they came into Europe.
Well, it's
because that area, you have to remember, they didn't come into Europe till thousands of years later. Thousands of years later.
And
like they didn't even come into Europe till after the Romans. Because even when the Moors were in control of Europe for that 700 years, the whites weren't even major population in most of Europe. They had just started coming in. By the end of the Moorish rule, right before Columbus came over to America. That's another hint to show you that black people were already over here. If the Moors sold Spain back to Queen Ferdinand and them in 1491, and then October of 1492, Columbus is already coming down here. And guess who the people who showed him how to get there here were? Moors, black people who had already been traveling back and forth. So all they did is show them new trade routes. They said, oh, yeah, where did you get all the gold and stuff you've been trading with? Oh, yeah, I'll show you. Brought them over here and said, yeah, these are the people that we've been trading with. How do you think they were able to talk with them in the first place? Exactly. They had translators, people that were already knew their languages. See, this is the thing that people don't understand. It's so easy to trace it back. You can use your own common sense. Why would those first people feel comfortable with the people that they come and there's these new white people, but then it's black people that brought them? They said people that they recognize already. They'd been coming back from King Mansa Musa 1300s. They'd been taking ships or traveling from Africa to the New World over here and dealing with the people. So they had already known about this stuff. The only difference was this time they came with white mans. That was kind of what screwed it all up.
So what are your opinions on that? And I might have missed it though because my audio has been messing up. That white people came from Sodom and Gomorrah, where they God destroyed, and they had to evacuate. And those are the ones that fled.
I've never heard that theory, to be honest. See, there's different.
That's not a theory. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, I haven't.
Okay. I've never heard that. I've never heard that, but I could see it being somewhat plausible.
I don't believe. See, you can't attribute one fable in the Bible to one race of people. I just believe it was different people, all there, different type of people participating in this, just like it is today. Just like
but that's what it was. It was different groups. It wasn't just the Israelites. It wasn't just. It was a bunch of people around that area, but they were all.
Yeah, but they call them
these
nations. They call them nations and tribes, though, right?
Yeah.
Instead,
but this goes back
going by race and color. They were going by nations and tribes.
But
this goes back to what I was saying about Solomon. So understand the lines of Solomon. Solomon is one of the biggest reasons of how Christianity got out, got out to the masses of the world, because Solomon had so many different wives. All these wives came from different parts of the world. So if he had a wife from, for example, like I mentioned before, Queen Sheba, She's in a different part, so she brought the religion of Christ or whatever from Solomon that Solomon taught her to Ethiopia. So he had 50, I think 50 or 100 wives, other wives. So that's how they brought this to all these different religion, or not religions, all these different nations and different tribes of people. So they became, their race or their lineage may not have been the same, but by belief system, they believed in the followings of Solomon.
Well,
So
that's
that's how it got
Africa,
spread out.
but I mean, like, there's in other areas, like, oh, are you talking?
No, but
Well,
I'm saying
there's
I just use
Christians
that
out.
example.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
He had 100 wives
I
over
got
his lives, right? So that's how it got spread out to different places. So he could have had a wife that was from an Asian country, and then when they go back over there, they're bringing this is how Christianity spread, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is why you have Russian Orthodox Christians, and
Mm-hmm.
their religion is almost exactly to the T of the Ethiopians' religion, which is supposed to be original Christianity.
What do you think about Catholics? What's
they
your
have a
opinion on
parallel.
What do you guys? What do you guys think about Catholics?
I just want to
Catholicism has been perverted.
I want to add something to that. They have a more pure form of Christianity in Russia with those Orthodox. That's more pure than most anything you'll find in America.
Well, that's because it's Orthodox, right? They don't take after most of the stuff was perverted. They're using the original text for the most part.
Just like the Orthodox Jews. Let me give you an example, Stephen. In New York, the governor and the mayor of New York was like doing a bunch of stuff to the Orthodox Jews in New York. They were really like, shutting their synagogues down, all kind of crazy stuff, right? Because the Orthodox, they're more true to the essence.
The Orthodox, it was a Hasidic, the Hasidic Jews that with the tendrils on the side and everything.
Yeah,
gotcha.
They were because hey, don't get me started on the mayor of New York or whatever. He's straight say you want
to one married to the black woman, right?
Yes, he's straight evil. I'm talking no in between.
Bloomberg or Cuomo?
No, de Blasio. He's evil too. He's a clown. De Blasio is pure evil.
Cuomo's a pure closet freak. He got he's got fucking his nipples fucking pierced. You can see it through his shirt. Who's sitting there with their nipples pierced? That's fucking weird. Dude, look up pictures. You can Google images and look up pictures.
Oh no, I've seen it.
I heard Trump made him do that.
And he talking about he wants to fight Trump. Said he wants to fight Trump one-on-one.
Made him do that. Trump made him do that. I heard Trump made him do that to get some relief.
Why we made him do it? Wait,
Trump petty.
To troll him.
Yeah, you got to work.
We live in some interesting times with the amount of stuff going on right now, bro.
It's a lot going on the surface, man. But de Blasio, let me show you how real it is. Let me show you. This how evil de Blasio is, right?
Look at she's showing his daughter.
I'm gonna show his daughter.
She looked like she could be an Antifa.
She was big enough. She got arrested in Antifa. She got arrested. You ain't hear about that?
There you go. You see?
No, they can't see it. Y'all better bring it up.
I'm not even surprised. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she got arrested. Look, this is her. This is her before. This is her before. Now she look like a cute girl. She looks straight, right? Decent girl, right? This is her after.
There seems to be a little pattern with these before and after pictures. There's a pattern with all these before and after.
Look at her eyes though too. That's like just
possessed.
Look like there's a soul in there.
That's duh. She is very ugly. I'm sorry, she is very ugly.
You know what? Where's
her
mom? Where's her mom from? Is her mom like actually? Is she an immigrant? Like, is she from somewhere else outside of U.S. or is she like an actual Black American?
I think she might be. Actually, a good question.
They from New York.
No, he's talking about her mom. Her mom.
Yeah, is she like is she like found? Is she like in found? Is she a FBA or is she like
well, you know, New York or something? It's a mixture of people of immigrants, bro. That's what New York.
Yeah,
it's people from Jamaica, people from Puerto Rico, people from different islands, and all over, right? But you got some people that are, from Alabama or something like that, but they just been in New York for generations. So it
And see,
just
the thing with that is that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird that's happened, because I see more of that them kids of products of interracial
look at this shit.
relationship.
Look at this.
They
Look at
come
this.
out.
This is
That's not
Antifa.
her, is
This is
it?
What the fuck?
That's the left. That's the left. That's the feminists. That's the Me Too movement.
That's his daughter
This is his daughter right here.
in the middle.
Yeah, that's her.
The
This her right
fuck,
here.
man?
He's satanic. Look, this is him. Look at him. He look like people want to. People are. I'm talking about. I don't know many Republicans who don't like Trump. They try to act like there is some. It's a fake movement. Nobody follows that Lincoln movement crap. But look at these fools. Look how they look. You telling me they don't look evil? You telling me they don't look evil? Come on, man. These are the people on the left, Justin, that you've been supporting.
Wow.
Oh, this is his daughter too. We can't show that picture because you get banned.
Man, I don't know, man. Like, how did I not see this? Like, I don't know. Like, how was I so emotionally attached?
Because they got you
But that's the
brainwashed.
thing. Their whole plan is to keep you emotionally attached and emotionally triggered. Why do you think they've been doing riots and protests and police killings for the last 6 months? To keep you distracted with that stuff. They don't want you really seeing and finding out all the stuff that's going on around you. They want you triggered by Jacob Blake or George Floyd or whatever it may be at the time. They want you triggered like that, and that's been the problem since the beginning. Like even the civil rights movement that started because of a false flag, one of these emotionally triggering incidents, right? So you got to look. That's been their game plan from the beginning throughout history. They always do this stuff.
Yep, it's called a false flag. This is what they do. They play with your emotions, especially with the black community.
Hello?
They know we too emotional.
I can't hear you.
Yeah, somebody mic on.
Hey, mute the mic on.
Safe. Not wanting to give the Patriots.
Can you hear me, Justin?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. So it was an echo there. But yeah, they know that the black community is very emotional. So what they do is they do these emotional trigger events to cause us to lose sight. They did it all election. You notice there wasn't no police shootings until election time. Now all of a sudden, right in December, ain't no police shootings all of a sudden, right? Right. So what they do is they take. It's only 100 police shootings per year or something like that, right? 100 something. They take one that's a black person with a cop and a white cop, and then they blow it up with the media. So you'll get upset and you'll vote against your own interests instead of voting with your head. You'll vote with your heart. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is what they do. Meanwhile, okay, let me show you how messed up it is out here.
Y'all should I'm about to say y'all should watch Caitlin Bennett, Liberty Hangout on YouTube, man. She be going to these college campuses, man. You won't believe some of the stuff they be teaching there, man. They was cheering for killing babies. I'm like, what is going on here?
Look at this. You see that? That's the mayor of Chicago right there. Does she look normal?
Mayor Lightfoot. Mayor Left Foot. That's what I call it. Left Foot.
Yeah, literally.
But why do y'all look so crazy? Why do all these people look so crazy?
Because they Democrats. You awake, KG. Most people are not awake. They don't pay attention to this stuff.
Look, Rahm Emanuel.
Yeah, they all look evil, bro. That's one of Obama's handlers, huh? No, but see, the whole thing is, look at this lady. Okay, now you really want to get freaked out? You really want to get freaked out? Let's take a look at her and her spouse. Now, look at that. Wow, look at that. That's her spouse. Justin, got any opinions?
Looks like a drag. That's what it does. It looks like a drag.
That's a tranny. Remember when I said it's more prevalent than you think? She is a woman who is a homosexual or whatever, right? And her wife is a man who's a woman. Like it's like confusing. I'm like, huh? Where they do that at? Who the wife and who the husband, right? This is the kind of agenda they pushing, bro. I might have to zap this out. I'll just let you know. This is the kind of agenda that's being pushed. So we gotta understand this is the kind of agenda that's being pushed, bro. And I gotta watch it. Allegedly. Okay, allegedly. I gotta preface it and do all this stupid stuff because we don't have freedom of speech. But this is the couple right there. This is the world you living in, my dude. This is the party you voted for. Just to let you know. Okay, just to let you know. Now, the problem is you didn't know because they don't tell you. Because they don't tell you unless you find information on your own because the media is corrupt. Look at Don Lemon, okay? CNN, right? The media is
Yeah.
corrupt. So now you understand the left, their whole agenda is about certain things, right? And everything lines up. When you look in the Bible, it lines up with being on the other side of God. They will see this is how smart they are. They'll make you think that the things that are fighting for righteousness is wrong. They'll make you think right is wrong and wrong is right. And guess who the number one shout out to Steven. He was right. I believe way more black people woke up this time. But they're not gonna tell you that. You know why? Because they don't want you to think that. They don't want you to think that 30-40% of black people voted one way. They want you to think that only 10%, 15. You know what I'm saying, KG? Only 18%.
Yeah. They want you to make it seem like nobody voted for him.
Exactly. They want to keep you on the plan. They call it the Democrat plantation. They want to keep you voting a certain way. So that's bottom line. That's what's been going on. So when you understand the game that's being played, you understand, what moves you need to make. Period. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Stephen. Shout out to Steven. Who's screwing who? I don't know, Steve. But no. Bottom line, the guy, the New York mayor and the Chicago mayor, both crazy. Period. That's it. That's it. They both corrupt. That's why those
Man,
cities are locked down.
Chicago been bad for some time now, man. I don't know when it's ever gonna get better over there.
It's not. Chicago is really cursed, bro. It's really, I believe, it's really cursed. It's not just Chicago, Detroit. You live in Cleveland. Cleveland ain't no picnic now.
Yeah.
Cleveland, Chicago, New York, Baltimore.
Wait, isn't that where Bone Thugs is from?
Yeah, Bone Thugs. Shout out to Biggs. That's his favorite group, Bone Thugs and Harmony. What you think about Bone Thugs and Harmony, real quick, off the subject? What you think about Bone?
A legendary rap group, man. They legendary.
Shut up.
I grew up on Bone Thugs and Harmony. This guy don't know. He from Canada. He don't know about Bone. Bone was huge, bro. They sold a lot of records, bro. They were like, remember Death Row and Snoop and them? Pac, Bone was on that level.
Yeah.
Bone was on the level of Pac and Snoop and them.
I had somebody told me that the Dog Pound almost got rushed in Cleveland, man. They almost got
they were beating with Bone, yeah.
Suge Knight was trying to act hard, but Tupac, he diffused the situation, because he was
Tupac
cool with Bone.
Bro, look, hey Justin, I was trying to tell KG because he young and he grew up believing the stories that they, how they kill your character when you get older, saying Tupac was like some chunk or something. Like Tupac was a real one. Tupac probably saved Death Row from getting their buzz in that situation. Because Tupac, everybody loved Pac, KG. Like Death Row, like everybody loved Snoop and stuff. Later on, as he got older, they loved him when he was doing music. But see, Tupac was the only dude that could actually get the streets from not, doing something to you, right, or whatever. He can hold with the streets. That's how much
I
love.
heard he had white supremacists liking his music, man. They hate black people, but they like his
Everybody
music.
loved Tupac, bro. Like Tupac was different, man. He was something different. Now I seen an interview with Faison Love where he said that Snoop was bigger than Pac. Musically, he was at the time before Pac got on Death Row. When Pac first joined, before he dropped his album, Snoop was the man. Like Snoop was like Biggie was rapping about Snoop. You know what I'm saying? But Tupac, as far as with the people, he was the people's champ. You know, he was the people's champ. So that's a good story, man. But yeah, Bone
Yeah.
Thugs is from Cleveland. They're from Cleveland, and they are
But you
legends.
said but you said he was a character.
Who?
You said somebody said Tupac was a character.
Well, no, what they're teaching people now, the next generation, they like, cause I'm an older guy. I'm over 40. So the younger people, they're teaching them that Tupac was just some actor. He wasn't real. You know, they teach them all kind of stuff. They're like crapping on his name because that's what they usually do. They, just like Easy E. When Easy E died, they started making all these stories. Like in the NWA movie, they made it where Easy E was like some chump.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like they do like they started attacking the character and the history of the people later on. You know what I'm
nah,
saying?
they didn't jump easy in the studio. That would have been bad for Death Row. That would have been
Exactly.
bad.
That's how they rewrite history, though. They rewrite history. They did that with Pac too. So that's all I was saying. Me and KG had an argument about that one time. You know, he was talking. He didn't know about what they were saying about Pac. Okay. Let me see what are we going to get into now? We didn't talked about a lot. We got into a whole long.
We covered a lot of stuff today.
We covered a lot of stuff. I was trying to think. Last
But talk
topic I
about
want to touch on. We got to talk about these extraterrestrials. Last topic, extraterrestrials. There is a article that came out. Let me pull up the article because I do receipts. I always pull up the article before I say something. All right. There's a article came out saying that President Trump, there's extraterrestrials, right? And they want to introduce themselves to us. Okay. However, they don't feel we're ready. They were getting ready to do it, but then we started acting crazy. They said after the election, they were like, "Ah, nah, y'all ain't ready yet." What do y'all think about that?
extraterrestrial. What do you mean? What they mean by that? Like,
Aliens, extraterrestrials. Um, there's an article just came out from this guy in Israel. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up. Xarel, here we go. I'm pulling the article up right now so you guys can see it. But this is the last thing I want to touch on. Ex-Israeli space chief claims that aliens, U.S. astronauts signed a secret deal, and Trump knows it. Of course he knows. He's the president. Of course he would know it, right? Haim Eshed, who is a respected professor and retired general, said that aliens were equally curious about humanity and were seeking to understand the fabric of the universe. Former, I mean, if 2020 can't get any crazier, now we got aliens about to come down as well.
no,
What else?
I don't think they're gonna do that yet, man. I doubt it.
I'm just
I don't think
saying,
they're
come
gonna be
on, man.
doing that.
Wouldn't it be so 2020 though if they come down about Christmas time?
Yeah,
I mean, what else? I mean, what else can they do? I mean, look,
The
they
aliens
hit
for
us with everything.
Christmas. The
Aliens
aliens
for
for Christmas.
Christmas. You know what I mean? You watching uh National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and the next thing you know, UFO land in your front yard. You know what I'm saying? If
I
you think
mean,
20,
in this time that we living in, the Stranger Things.
I know, right? It says, if you think 2020 has already revealed all surprises in store to us, it's time for you to brace for another roller coaster. Hold on, let me see another roller coaster. Ride in 2021. Hold, let me pull this over so I can see the whole article. There
Oh,
we go.
we going conspiracy 2.0 today.
Oh yeah, we going in. Former Israeli space security chief has made a controversial claim that humans have been in contact with extraterrestrial beings from the Galactic Federation. I've heard that name plenty of times.
Yep.
Last week, in an interview to Israeli newspaper. Former head of Israeli Defense Ministry Space Directorate said that the UFOs have asked not to publish that they are here because humanity is not ready yet. The interview in Hebrew language has got people talking taking a double take after parts were published in English by the Jerusalem Post on Tuesday. So basically, to sum it up,
Was that
the
recent?
aliens, huh?
Was that recent?
Yeah, this just came out. News Channel 18 News right here. I just found the first article about it that I could find, but yeah, it's been all out. It's been everywhere. This article just came
Did you
out
hear
the other
about
day.
Did you hear about the monolith, the silver monolith thing that was found today? We found another one today
Yeah,
in
there's one in
Canada.
Canada.
Yeah, that's
Let's look that up.
There's two in Canada. There's two in Canada now.
This is my question though. You know what this reminds me of? And tell me if I'm
This reminds
wrong,
me
guys.
of that movie Will Smith, yo.
Silver Surfer or whatever. The Fantastic
No, this
Four or
reminds me of
something.
Independence Day.
Huh?
This reminds me of Independence Day with Will Smith. Before the aliens come down and shit, it's just these markers all over the place. They just start popping up all over the place.
My question is that Project Bluebeam though.
Well, I don't know. I just think it's Project Aliens coming down.
The mysterious silver monolith in the Utah desert has disappeared. That's the one
Yeah,
in Utah.
it just disappeared, and now these other ones are popping up. It's spooky hours, bro.
Yeah, y'all think it's game. Look, y'all sleep around here. Now, y'all sleep around here, but it's some real, people like, they like the drama, they like the, different types of entertainment. But it's some real shit going on the surface.
Well, you want to know about this, or you want to know about love and hip hop? Take your pick. Cody.
I think love and hip hop is a little bit safer. It's a little bit less scary than this, right?
Yeah, low vibrations.
Yeah, this is what's going on out here. We got alien species communicating and leaving markers all around the world. Things of that nature going on, right? 12-foot silver monoliths in Canada and Utah. Oh shoot!
I think there's been 4 altogether found. There's been 4 altogether found. One in Romania. One in some other country.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted them to get Trudeau out of here, man. Trudeau and these vaccines.
They said your channel got shut down. Did they stop my stream on my channel? We must have said something. Oh, they gave me look at that.
You got a strike?
We live on the air. Let me contact unavailable community strikes. You won't be able to do things like upload, post, live stream for 1 week. Oh, they put me on suspension. We hit a nerve.
Don't tell me you got me suspended too.
You will be.
Oh, I'm still good. I'm good.
It's all good. What I could do is on live. I could just try to make. Oh yeah, on TC's channel, I'll just take it off. I'll just make it private. How do I make it private? I'll make it private on his channel so he won't get hit. Yeah, we hit a nerve. We hit a nerve.
Oh wow! I think it might be because of that music you had.
No, it wasn't about no music. That was what we were saying. Look, the powers that be has struck us down on what we said. Oh, we hit a nerve.
Yes, be more legends. Sometimes the facts be too real, bro. Be too real. They shut us down.
That's what
That's why we have multiple pages, bro.
I know. We got it too. We started talking about that religion. That's when they get you. See, when you tell the truth.
Well, it's the religion or the LGBT, the alphabet boys. It's either the alphabet boys or that. That's where you get into sticky territory.
Oh man, that's funny. Like, share, subscribe. Facts too real. Yeah, when you start spitting them facts, they got to get you up out of here. You up out of here.
All right, let me ask y'all. Let me ask y'all a dating question real quick, man. I need some advice.
Go
All
ahead, man.
right. Hey, do you think a 19-year-old can date a 17-year-old, bro?
Yeah.
Cause I like this one girl, like her name Maddie, bro, and she like, man, I be nervous like to talk to her, bro. Like I don't know what to talk about.
Yeah, 19 and 17, yeah. Most def.
All right.
Most def. Most def.
uh, they ain't even telling me why. They just removed my video. Oh man, that's crazy.
Oh, they removed your video? Oh
They
man.
removed the live shit on my channel. I made it private on TC. KG, I'm gonna make it private on yours too.
Yeah.
You might want to take it down. We'll just say it's a live. It's a live stream. We'll take it down. I made it private. Private. Or can I just do unlisted? I'm gonna do unlisted. Hold on, save. They shut me down. Let me make it unlisted on TCs. Which one's better, unlisted or private? I don't know.
Mine's still good. It was running non-private, but yeah.
Yeah, they got me, but they already on my head.
Yeah. It's okay. Like, share,
Shout out to
subscribe. We're
my
gonna get them numbers up. We're gonna get them back. We're gonna get them back.
Oh, it might have been that. It might have been. It might have been when I was going through those Antifa pics.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh god. It's too real to look. They don't want facts, bro. Look, it's channels that show all kind of shit, bro. Like they gonna put me on a community strike for a week. It's
I
all
mean, look at
good.
the stuff that Pharaoh puts up.
I know. Look, when you tell that truth, bro, you out of here. Out of here. I think we hit every offensive thing to them in one video because we was talking about.
Why you think? Why you think TC had to get up out of here?
Yeah, up out of here.
Shout out my boy TC, man.
Shout out. What's up, B More Legend? I know they took us down. We was hitting with facts, man.
Y'all
Facts.
should watch Mag Bitter Truth and Awaken Narrative, man. They speak the truth out there.
What's it called?
I watch a lot of channels. Oh, we had 200 views. No wonder they stepped in. You know, this video had 200 views.
Oh shit, that's why, yo.
I'm looking at my channel now. Like it had 202 views, 7 comments already. Hold on.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh no, it wasn't my live stream. Oh, they shut my live off. Hold on. They shut my live down. Hold
Was
on.
it for a different video that you got a strike?
Oh, they gave me a strike for that one video where the chick said the crazy shit.
Oh, the crazy lady.
Where the woman threatened everybody. That's the one they took down. Am I right? Oh, it was the one where I had commentary too.
Is it me or these people don't seem normal, bro? They seem weird.
Who?
The Antifa people?
These liberals, man. These crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
They seem weird to
There
me,
used
man.
to be a time. There used to be a time that even like you were a regular person, but you were still liberal, but they had some sense. Now it just seems so extreme. Like anybody that's a moderate person, they probably gonna run away from the Liberal Party very soon. But the liberal people, they're on a whole different wave.
They gave me a strike. What kind of strike? They gave me a community strike. They so lame, bro. You won't be able to do things like upload for 7 days. Like this is
This is what Trump be talking about, yo. The unfair shit that they doing.
Oh wow.
She said violent criminal organization. What?
Oh, because you called Antifa a violent criminal organization.
What is going on, man?
If you're posting content produced by violent
He's reading through the community strike that YouTube gave him.
Oh,
for while we're on live right now, YouTube just gave him a strike saying he can't go live no more.
Celebrating terrorist leaders or their crimes and with songs and memorials. They come up with these rules, bro. Like, what kind of rule is this? You got to tell me what I did.
It says you're celebrating terrorist leaders. Oh shit.
Yeah, this is crazy, bro.
Hey, well, at least everybody gets to see this live. How they come down on you quick. They don't even waste no time. Like we didn't even get to finish the live before they did it.
On YouTube. These organizations are not allowed to use YouTube for any purpose, including recruitment. If posting content on these topics for educational, documentary, scientific, or artistic purpose, be sure to provide enough information in the video itself so viewers understand the context. Graphic or controversial footage, even with sufficient context, may be subject to age restrictions or a warning screen.
They so lame, man. Get these lames out of here, bro.
4 years that he's been the head coach.
Get these lames out of here.
People are insane.
So they gave me a strike. They gave me a strike because I made a video about that one lady. This is crazy. And they shut my live stream off. I think they just used that for an excuse. They shut my live stream off, right? That we
They don't want you going live, getting that information.
See how every time we try to do something, boom, someone hits.
Look, guys, if you ever wonder why I don't go all the way in and just really come with some red pill type stuff, it's because of this. They just removed one of my videos, and it was a video about the one lady who talks crazy, right? You know, I believe people, they probably, you know, some of the idiots who watched the video probably disliked it and reported it like I supported. I don't support it, I'm just reporting the news, you know, the video they did. But like the stream we was doing right now, I think they just took the whole stream down or something. I don't know. I don't see the stream. But look, this is why we can't keep it real. This is why we can't keep it real. I'm about to peel this shit. What the fuck I do wrong? That's what I want to know. What you think, KJ? I'm about to peel this shit. What the fuck I do?
Well, we know we did wrong. We talk the truth. You don't like truth, bro. We should call it the truth podcast, bro.
I want to know what I did wrong. This is crazy.
But well, you gotta know. Remember, we touching on stuff that they don't want people knowing about. We dropped enough gems in this little conversation where even if people pick out 2 minutes, 3 minutes of some of the things we've said, they can go do their own research and they'll wake up pretty quick. And that's what I like about being able to share this information the way we are, because we know this stuff. Not everybody else does. And I don't mind it. You can call me a liar. Cool, go ahead. The same way I found out most of this stuff, you can do your research as well. And you'll most likely come to the similar conclusion.
They got to get rid of YouTube, bro. Like they got to go. Like if they're gonna be doing people like this, this censorship is getting ridiculous. Total censorship. I'm gonna tell Sam to take the video down. Don't leave it up. But at least, I mean, hopefully everybody learned something today. We went over a lot of information. Justin, did you learn anything today?
Yeah, I learned a lot today, man.
Hey, look, when you tell the truth, man.
See how they come for you. We're just a small little humble group, bro.
Yeah, when you tell the truth, bro, they shut you down. Period. So you see, we don't have freedom of speech right now. Because and guess what? That's the left. The left, it has no tolerance for freedoms and rights. So like the Bill of Rights, they don't care about that.
Well, people have to look at the fact Obama passed the net neutrality law right before he left office.
He also
which gave the companies this control over their stuff. And it gave them extra monitoring powers with the internet. So they're able to put this fact checker thing, and it's independent and all that. They want to try and control the internet.
They are controlling the internet because they're controlling social media, period, and they're controlling YouTube. Shout out to Be More Legends. Pharaoh is a weird guy with some facts people don't take serious. You guys' demeanor and your speech make people believe more. Thank you, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You know why? Because we're based on spirituality. Like a lot of things I say, I've done research, but I look at the spirituality of it. Like Pharaoh
And plus,
as
too, we have the two-pronged attack. Like, you have a lot more political knowledge than I have, and I have a lot of history knowledge. And the two combined, it paints a lot broader of a picture because we're able to pinpoint the stuff we're talking about. We're not just saying, "Oh, this happened, that happened, da 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 da," or
yeah,
this conspiracy. We're saying, "Oh, go back to this date. What was going on in the country at this date?" And you can see, you get the full framework of what we're trying to paint the picture of.
yep. A lot of what Pharaoh, I think Pharaoh reads books. Pharaoh confuses me.
Farrell's a knowledgeable person. You don't get it twisted. He's a knowledgeable person, but he's still at the stage of learning the information where I'm not going to say he hasn't digested it all. He probably has, but he isn't to the stage yet where he's informing others with the same discernment as he's reading it. He's giving out the information sometimes with the assumption that the person that's he's giving it to has the same level of information that he does. So
Mhm.
that person may not understand all the little intricacies. If you're not breaking it down, it's going to sound like some crazy talk, like I'm a person just ranting and raving. Right? I
Yep.
get it. You can hear it in his passion in his when he talks. He really believes in this stuff wholeheartedly.
He's very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
My problem with him is that I don't agree with some of his religious takes or spirituality takes. I don't know about worshiping the sun, my bro. Like that seems like idol worship to me. Like it's like,
Well, that's
oh,
what I mean. He's some of his information that he does know, he's still in infancy of knowing it. So
right,
he hasn't fully gone through the fact that, you know what, a lot of these things have been corrupted. So you really have to take a lot of time and search through to see what the real truth is, because there's a bit of truth in all of these religions. So
yep,
there's a bit of truth in all of them. Even Satanism, it has a bit of truth in it. It's yes, perverted, but it does have a bit of truth in all of these things, do. Right? But you have
yep,
to know all of them to be able to pick out what's right and what's wrong.
yeah. I mean, and when all fails, just trust your eyes. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they showing you what's up. All you gotta do is look at what's going on. Like just like Justin, like today, Justin, I showed you when you just actually look at these people who are involved in these things, you could tell what they represent now. You know they ain't in church with their Bible. Trust me. You could tell, right? So same, it's facts, All you gotta do is look at it.
Yeah, they don't look like they ain't no church, bro.
No, they ain't helping old women cross the street. So when you simplify it and you say, what is the motivation of these people? Why does people wonder why do church people always vote Republican? Why do evangelicals always vote Republican? Then you kind of figure out, oh, it's sides to this. But what the bad man does, I call it say the bad man. I'm trying to be politically correct because we already see you get taken up out of here. They're good at blurring the definition. You don't know what you represent because they got so much garbage information out there to flood the zone. So you don't know. You just think like, oh yeah, I vote this way because I believe this. No, that's not. When you think about those beliefs and then compare it to what's in the scriptures, you be like, oh shit, God say don't do this. You know what I mean? KG, like he said don't do this. Like he said don't do this. Then you understand kind of it's a good game. It's a game. It's you know what I mean? It's kind of like putting a mask on. You ever watch Scooby Doo, KG?
Yeah.
And you know how they catch the criminal at the end and then they pull the mask off and it be somebody else. They were like, you pull the mask
Oh
off.
yeah, rats got him again.
Yeah. I would have got away with it too if it weren't for you stupid kids.
Yeah, these meddling kids.
Well, the Democrat Party is like Scooby Doo, and you pull the mask off, and it's the goddamn Satan, and you're like, whoa, hold on. You pull the mask off Joe Biden and Satan under that mug. That's what they like, bro. Once you simplify it to that, then you understand. It started making sense to you. You understand why these people represent certain things. I mean, this footage I wanted to show, I didn't even show tonight. I was going in tonight. I was just in that mood to share knowledge, but we can't. We're gonna have to find a way to go on Rumble. I'm gonna have to give people my Rumble account because we don't have freedom of speech on this platform.
Right. You don't have to say you can't say what you want to say. We can't really go all in.
Mm-hmm. We got to go to Rumble or bitch something and go live somehow. You know what I mean? That way I could really go in, because like I could show you actual footage of certain groups of people who,
Yeah,
when
we could
yeah,
even do it showing people like certain maps and things of yeah,
yeah,
pinpointing stuff. So it's a lot easier with the visuals. You can instruct, yeah, you can do a
it's
lot more
easier
with
to
visuals.
digest when you can see it. When you can see the footage, it's easier to digest. So I put it on private. I put the video on private, KG. I put it on. Let me make sure I put it on private for you. Private. Let me put it on private for you. I got it on public. Let me put it on private. They will get you. Put it on private for you on YouTube. Temporary.
Yeah, because there's lots of stuff that we can share on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can't keep it real, man. You can't keep it real. You know,
So
crazy,
happy
man.
you were
Look,
able to come
from
on with
now
us
on,
today, Justin. What's happening? I was gonna say thanks to Justin. Thank you for coming on today. It's
oh yeah,
good having you
thanks,
on.
man. Yeah,
Share some other insight.
that was a good bill. Steven, that was a good bill. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We just gonna have to. You know, in the future, we just gonna have to um keep it to low. Lower level things on YouTube, bro.
Yeah,
That's what Amina and them do. Amina and them, they talk on YouTube. They talk about like stuff that's not crazy, and
yeah,
then
it's
I,
alive.
and then she let loose. But IG be tripping too, man. Like, man,
We'll get it together. Don't worry. As long as we get the information out, that's the main thing, right? Because it's this we reaching a time now where we can't even afford for people to not know this stuff. Because the longer the blind keep running around, they're gonna be a detriment to people that are actually woke because they can be held
right.
back by all the people that are still trying to believe the lies.
Well, I mean that goes back. I wish they could have woke up before the election, and we probably wouldn't be in this situation. But I think that was gonna happen regardless. I think that was just what the plan is, right? To expose whatever. We'll see what happens. I'm just only thing you can do is pray that God's got this. A lot of people I watch this in the woke community, they tell you, look, they keep look. This is the thing about I'll say one more thing about Trump. He encourages people to pray for him and to pray for the country and pray for this situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know many bad people to be wanting that. You know what I'm saying? Like if
Mm-hmm.
you bad, like you wouldn't want people to pray. The other side don't want you to pray.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later, man. I'm about to
All right, Justin.
get up here,
All
man.
right, take it easy, bro. Thanks
Yeah,
for coming on.
I'll
Oh
probably
yeah,
catch y'all tomorrow, man. If y'all doing a live stream.
yeah.
All
Well,
right,
hey,
be safe,
look,
bro.
I can't lie. I can't go live for a week, so
I could go live. TC can go live. We be out. We be
yeah.
out
Well,
here.
by the way, we just got to keep it
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be on the other channel, man, tomorrow. I'll see y'all later.
All
Oh
right,
yeah,
be
and
safe, bro.
I
And
do have a
be
podcast, be
be
more.
be more legends. Be more legends. Yeah, we have a podcast already outside of the YouTube. Dream, we can drop the super woke
Drop
for
the
them.
link. I got the Super Woke podcast. Super Woke podcast. It's about time for an episode. I think this weekend we might have to do an episode. We just got to watch it, man. I see
Yeah,
now.
we could even do we could even do a little recap of the last little while because I don't think since the election we've done I don't think we've really done a big one.
Yeah, because I've been waiting for YouTube doesn't support comments on private videos. Whatever. Did the link go in there? That's the link, Be More. I don't know if you can see it. Be More Legends. Or I don't know what channel you on, but like we have a
Mhm.
podcast, Super Woke Podcast. Hold on. The Super Woke Podcast. If you look it up, we're on I'm on Apple,
Spotify.
we're on Spotify, we're on Deezer, we everywhere. We're on like 9 different platforms. Super Woke Podcast is me, T.C.T.V, Nader Great, and KG is on there all the time. He's guest on there all the time. We have a podcast. We're on, all different platforms. We just haven't done a show in a couple weeks because I was trying to see what happens with YouTube. And as you see with my video again, with videos, me catching strikes on different videos. I might have to take down some other videos. Hold on. Because I got this one video that's like real popular. It's because of that lady. What's her name? The Cynthia
Mhm.
Johnson lady.
Don't even say her name no more.
Yeah. I think because the stream had her on it, right?
Yeah.
They killed my live and took it down, and they gave me a strike on the video I made about it, where I was talking about her. So I guess I told you that lady's evil or something, bro. Because and then I got another video. I'm gonna have to make that one private. Let me make that one private. That video got 2,800 views, 54 comments. Are they gonna? You see, got likes too. 24 likes. Are they gonna strike that one? I'm gonna just make it private.
I see how it's a guessing game with these guys.
You don't know what they're gonna do. I just made it private. So I guess what they're doing is the Democrats are retaliating for people talking. They're
Well, they
retaliating.
already did the purge. They already did the purge, so they're probably even doing like a second one. Like now they got a bunch of accounts out. Now they're trying to see who's coming up with new accounts and things like that.
Yeah, they did come up with something. All right, guys, we're gonna shut it down. KG, we're gonna talk backstage after it's over.
Yeah, all right, man.
Caution free then. We're gonna find a way. Be more like when we do our podcast, we do it on the channels. Sign up
Yeah,
for.
so just subscribe to all the channels. You'll see when we go live. Turn the notifications on too, because I know there's another way that they've been slowing us down. They don't let people get notifications when we go live and things like that. So check your notification. Make sure your notifications are on. That little bell at the top when you subscribe, so that way it's the best way you'll know always when we go live with our stuff.
Yep. Subscribe to 2.0 Red Pill Network 2.0. And we gotta find a way. I'm gonna find another way to get that. Once we get our audience built up, I'm gonna find a way to stream on a different platform
Mm-hmm.
with the podcast. It's got to be a platform we can stream on. I heard somebody told me D Live or something like that. There's a
We'll
platform.
figure it out. I have a couple other ones. Yeah, I'll show you later on.
Yeah, something called D Live. Yeah, they completely erased the video, bro.
Just like what I told you, the video that I made before. Remember? They just completely erased it.
I know, right? Give me a strike. They giving people strikes, bro. Like, really? Strikes? Oh my God. This is terrible. Anyway, we're gonna end it up. Shout out to Be More Legends. We out.